And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another exciting round of the Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament here on Randomania 4. We have a pivotal 0-2 matchup between Sharky2107 and Bartman V1 in these Swiss flags here. This is a must-win for both of these runners because, as you know, you need 3 victories to get to the bracket stages of the tournament. So you gotta win this if you want to keep your hopes alive. Hi everyone, this is LZ Cards Fan 23 along with my partner Fury SK. Well, Sharky2107, Bartman V1. Well, I called the last race with Bartman V1, and he's probably hoping that we're not going to have another Ganon in the moat room situation again. But what are we going to be looking for between these two runners, as this is a very key race for them?
We're going to be looking for two runners flying to level 9 as fast as possible, most likely, because they know that there's a chance what they need is in level 9 this seed.
And we've already seen a lot of jet seeds as it is. We've seen plenty of races go down in the 40-minute range, but of course, if you saw the race earlier this week, I believe it was on Wednesday, we had the record. Well, we have no time to explain. It is time to get this randomizer started. 5 Triforces required in order to go into level 9. They're starting near the casino, so let's see if we can find anything good behind these couple of caves. A little bit of a divergence of paths, and you know what to do, chat. We found a money-making game where there's normally a money-making game. Now, Sharky finds level 6 where that letter is, and we find a blue ring shop where there's a blue ring shop in the second quest. So you know what to do, chat, again. Well, except it's the second quest, so I guess it's not technically a full-fledged call of the master here. Now, Sharky with no weapons, not really going to have much to do here in level 6. Bartman's going to find that same level 6 himself.
Yep, and one of the interesting things about this flag set is they're starting on the complete opposite side of the dungeon.
Yeah, that's right. That's one of the new features we have in this version of the Zelda Randomizer software here is, rather than starting from the bottom of the dungeon, now you could start anywhere from the dungeon as long as there's some kind of opening from the side. And como estas is what you're going to see all of the Hylians say here, because another new feature here in this tournament is the book is required to understand what the Hylians are saying. Without the book, you can't get any hints. If you see a hint shop, you can't purchase hints because you're just throwing your money away. Of course, the book still has that hindrance where if you do have the wand equipped, it's going to burst into flames when you make contact with the enemy or the walls. So double-edged sword with that book, but looks like we have found the item, the Armo statue item, but I couldn't quite tell what it was. No, we haven't found it. Well, we have found it, but I still don't know what it is. It's not the any key, that's for sure.
Well, I'm tracking, so you're going to see it in a second. You'll be happy to know what it is.
Ooh, it looks like it's the ladder. Whoa, that is a huge pickup there for Sharky. So our ladder has been found less than 2 minutes into the scene. We have our take any's behind that Armo statue. And there's the bomb prices. A little bit of a discount there. We have a 10% discount, or 5% discount rather, 19 rupees for the set of 4 bombs. So decent prices for the bombs. Could be better, but certainly could be worse.
Yeah, with 3 large secrets, even if it's kind of poverty large secret, you're never really going to run out of money unless you have your arrows early. And then you just fire off like crazy.
Yeah, if it's a poverty seed, you have to make a decision. Arrows and bait or the blue ring. And the blue ring is the standard 250 price. Something that you usually see commonly because of the flag sets. That could be a door repair penalty. And if that's the case, that's good to find we have no money. There are 9 door repair penalties scattered throughout Hyrule. And anywhere between 15 and 25 is the penalty. So the more you find early, the better off you are. And yep, there it is. We can see as clear as day, Bartman picks up the ladder. So both of our runners now have the ladder. That is our army statue item for this race. That is a huge find right off the bat. No hunting for the ladder, no ladder blocks, but Bartman taking a death in the forest. So back to the start he's going to go. Sharky going to do this screen scroll here in attempts to get to vanilla level 5's area. He's hoping that he doesn't get run over by the Death Mountain rocks. Trying to get on the right pixel, having a little bit of trouble though, and he may want to think about cutting his losses and go elsewhere. But but he's not going to give up yet. Meanwhile, Bartman's going to maybe beat Sharky to the punch as he's heading for vanilla level 5 himself, but he's going to do it the more conventional way by going up the screens 4 times. So it looks like Bartman is going to win the race going into level 5, and let's see if there's anything important behind that vanilla level 5 spot. What do we have here? We have, well, it looks like it might be another door penalty, so if that is the case, now it also could be the white sword hint or the hint about the magical swords location, but if that's a door penalty, that's 2 out of the way already.
Yep, it's good to get as many of those out of the way as possible early on, as we do find the hint shot up there as well.
Yep, but without any money and without the book, there's nothing Bartman can do at this time. Now he's going to head up the treacherous white screen spot when normally there's a Lionel there, but this time it's an orange Lionel. It's going to make it much easier for Bartman to get past, and he stumbles across the bait and candle shop. Bait discount, we have a 52 rupee price on that, so that's not bad, but the blue candle, very expensive at 68, as Sharky finally manages to get the screen scroll to get to vanilla level 5, but he finds that there's nothing there. So right now, neither player is sporting a weapon at this point. Sharky is going to try to get past that orange Lionel. Now, what makes the orange Lionel easier than the blue is 2 things. They have less HP, and they don't fire their beam swords as frequently as the blue Lionels. As he finds out it's just nothing but a bait shop and a candle shop. The candle, there's a markup on that. It is over 10% more than the normal. I believe it's 13.33% over the vanilla price at 68.
Be nice to see one of the runners go down to the coast item, because that could be a white sword or something quite useful to progression the seed.
Absolutely. And remember, both of these runners already have the ladder, so they have instant access to that ladder item on the coast. But Bartman's going to check the any roads, and one of them takes you to one of the vanilla locations, that power bracelet spot near start. And speaking of start, looks like that's where Bartman is heading right now. So he's hoping that there's going to be some kind of useful item behind that start cave. What do we have? We have some cash. 10 rupees, so the vanilla amount for the small secret for Bartman. So right now we're off to a fair start in the money department, but of course it's all going to come down to those medium and large secrets. And we find another blue ring shop on Bartman's side, but with only 10 rupees to his name, there's nothing he can buy with his dime, so he'll have to come back later.
Where is that wood sword? That's really the question they're asking.
Well, I'm just going to call it right now. I'm get it over with. It's probably next to level 9 in Death Mountain. We'll see if it is. There's another secret for Bartman, and it's a medium secret and a healthy one at that. 37 rupees, well above the medium of 30 and relatively close to the 40 maximum. Meanwhile, Sharky finds his first take in a cave, wisely picks up the candle, so now he can start excavating the bushes in Hyrule. So a very solid pickup. Sharky immediately can put it to work by checking vanilla level 8 spot, and there's another bonus cave. He'll pick up the heart container this time, so now he has a 1 in 3 chance of picking up whatever the white sword item is, if he can find it. And it looks like Sharky's going to head for the coast. Bartman finds the wood sword just south of the vanilla blue ring shop in first quest. That's a humongous find there for Bartman. Sharky's going to check this cave. That's a potion shop. No letter, no business. What is our ladder item on the coast? It is the raft. Ooh, and Bartman taking a death in the spot where a lot of deaths usually take place early on, and it's that Armos statue item where the blue ring shop is, so Bartman will have to go back to the start. Sharky, meanwhile, unfortunately can't get to the raft spot. Too many moblins guarding his progress, so back to start he goes as well. And Bartman with those bombs finds a medium secret for another 37 rupees. He's up to 84 now, and he's going to try and get some bombs off these blue moblins. And, oh, he just gets bombarded by moblins again, so he'll have to go to the start and try it again. Looks like those slow-moving blue Octoroks rolled up on the beefy side. He couldn't get it. He couldn't get it with his blue candle, even though he got 2 hits on him. Sharky does manage to get to the raft spot. Let's see if there's anything useful there. We have the cheap bait shop. We've seen one of those earlier at the white sword spot, but no money for Sharky. Barton found another small secret, so he's up to 94 rupees. The bombs that Bartman's been earning, he's going to go ahead and bomb this spot, and relatively cheap prices for a key. We have 74 rupees, so if this ends up being a key starve seed, if this is a big money seed, we could see some pivotal key purchase here that could help these runners on their quest.
Yep, in Penteforce tournament, typically what happens is you don't dig as many rooms because you don't go in as many dungeons, and when that happens, you run out of keys.
Boy, the Moblins are certainly having their way with our runners as Bartman takes another death, another arrow to the face, so back to start he goes again. Sharky checking vanilla level 2 finds a money-making game, but he has yet to find any cash in this seed, so he's going to up an A and take a different route. Bartman getting another bomb drop from those Moblins, and I want to say they rolled vanilla in terms of their value. I believe 3 hits, so nothing gained, nothing lost in terms of the Moblin shuffles. You usually like to see squishy Moblins here because they are in the bomb dropping group, but that just isn't the case. At least they're not on the beefy side.
Yeah, you can live with the 3 hits. The 5 hitters are the ones that kill you.
Yeah, that's right. And here is the other hint shot that Bartman's discovered, and they're very cheap. Only 63 rupees combined for the 3 hints, but again, there's going to do Bartman no good without the book.
It does bring up a big book play, though, because they are both relatively close to their starting point in the seed.
Yeah, absolutely. So what they could do is they could spend their money on the hints. They save beforehand, of course, buy the hints, retry, and get their money back. So a very good strategy if they could find the book. And there's a bonus cave for Bartman, his first one, and he's going to go ahead and grab the candle. And if he's able to go to vanilla level 8, he'll find his second take any, and I would imagine he'll grab a heart container, but instead he's going to head to the north.
Yeah, he had this one bush to burn. I suspect he'll go back down after he sees what it is.
Another cheap bait shot, but he already has the blue candle, so there's nothing there. But he did save himself on 68 rupees, a very expensive price for the blue candle this time around. Plus or minus 20 is the variance of the price of many of the objects here in Hyrule, and Bartman is going to check vanilla level 8, and he is going to find that second take any shot. Let's see if he decides to pick the heart container. Yes, he does. So he's now got a 1 in 3 chance of picking up the white sword item if he can find it. Well, 11 minutes in, we've only found the one dungeon, level 6. So far it's been kind of tough for our runners to make any progress in the seed.
Yep, just seems like there's Lionels and other really nasty stuff anytime they try and get away from start.
Well, if that's another door repair penalty, Sharky's already found 3, and he has still not found a wooden nickel. So now he finds a level. Here's level 7. But of course, he's found the 2 biggest levels already in level 6 and level 7, which we like to call 33 rooms of pure mayhem. And Sharky's going to give it a go here with his blue candle. Oh, and we find a Goma right off the bat, a blue variety at that. As Bartman does pick up the raft on the coast, so both of our runners do have the raft. He's going to find that there's going to be another shop here. At least it's better than a docking penalty. We hate seeing docking fees at the raft spot. So Bartman, I don't think, no, he's not going to purchase that cheap bait for 52 rupees. It's a good price, but since we've not found the large secret, he may want to reconsider his options later on. But he's got to be careful, down to just half a heart. And Sharky is going to head west. We have not seen any of our others head in that direction yet, so we might get an indication of some good items here. But look at this. These Lionels are not playing around with Sharky, but good bobbing and weaving there to get around them. Finds an arrow shot, but again, he has not found a single red cent in this entire seed. I don't think I've ever seen a runner go this long without finding a wooden nickel. It's amazing. He's found some money now. He gets a small secret for 10 rupees, so he's finally on the board in the money department. That's already 3 small secrets we've discovered early on, because he's going to find a small secret, but oh, he gets picked off. That blue Lionel did not want him to steal that dime.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't have the boomerang, which would stun those Lionels up and stop them from taking those sword beams.
Yeah, no boomerang. You've got the wooden boomerang and the magical boomerang at your disposal. And Bartman, before he can check that cave, gets bopped by the Octorok, so back to the start he goes again. Been a tough combat seed so far for both of our runners. We really haven't found much. Now, Sharky's trying to do the screen scroll here. You might want to cut your losses here, buddy. You're in a race. You've got opportunity cost here, Sharky. You might as well just run across the desert. But he's trying to do that screen scroll here. And I mean, some runners, they're really good at doing it, and others are not. But Sharky, you got to move, buddy. You got to move.
Yeah, I could understand it if it's like a river crossing where you have no other way to get across it, but he's got a ladder for that now too, so there's only a few screens in the whole overworld that he should be doing this on, I think.
Absolutely, I agree. Bartman, meanwhile, finds the casino, but he's not going to gamble his 104 rupees. He finds a door propelling. Good news, at least it's the minimum 15 rupees. So not too steep if you run into the door penalties. Again, there's 9 of them, so there's 135 rupees worth of penalties. And Bartman finds a potion shop, nothing doing there. But Sharky, unfortunately, taking a death, making his way towards vanilla level 1. Back to start he goes again. And Bartman going to try his luck against these blue moblins in the hope for a bomb drop, but he's down to his last half a heart. He does get a bomb drop there, so good job for Bartman. Hopefully, though, he could stay alive as he tries to take down the last moblin and gets another bomb drop. Very nice. Can he get to that? Yes, he can get to the fairy fountain, so he's going to get all his health back. And a good thing, those Lionels were looking for blood, but they were not heading in the right direction, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know it takes time for the runners, but they should really consider the opportunity of taking down like the red Lionels and leaving the screen, because that would take it down to 1 or 2 Lionels remaining on each screen.
Ooh, speaking of Lionel screens, look at the screen where Sharky is right now. 6 blue Lionels, and he's trying to do a screen scroll. Oh, that is just a dangerous proposition. Barman is got enough to purchase a key, but he's got to hold off for the time being. You know, I don't blame him. It's a little early to determine if this is a key start seed or not. I'd wait till later. Barman finding the same level 7 we saw on Sharky's side earlier. Sharky is able to get to vanilla level 1, but he's got to get through this screen. He does avoid the blue Octorok, but his only reward is a whammy hand. In frustration, tries to burn down the old woman, but kills himself in the process, so he'll have to go back to start and try again. Got a kick out of that, though. I bet he did that on purpose so that he could take a different route, and it might have also shown his frustrations. I mean, I certainly can't blame him. He made all that effort trying to screen scroll his way to that spot, only to get penalized by a door repair penalty.
Yeah, but I wonder which way he's going to go now, because he hasn't been able to make it all the way over towards the Armos where the blue ring shop normally is, so he hasn't been able to find his sword yet. We're almost to the point where we're 20 minutes in.
Well, that's the beauty of the randomizer, Jay Coper. You just mentioned, Chad, he's never seen anybody die in a cave. That is the beauty of randomizer. You just never know what's going to happen at any given time. And just when you think you've seen it all, you see something totally new. And there's the Chevy room, so good chance that the ladder was required to get whatever's out of level 7. Of course, ladder was our Armos edge item, so it was very easily accessible. Sharky, another death in the overworld, so back to start he goes. Bartman's going to stay safe by being behind that tile, putting that ladder to good use, and he does get the key from that Gibdo. Now, I wonder if he wants to try it now. I think he may have considered getting rid of the last Gibdo in hopes that there would be a drop, but he had to realize that the key was the drop, so it wasn't going to drop anything else.
Looks like these Zols aren't too beefy either, so that's always nice not to have to fight the split. Maybe I was wrong, though.
Yeah, because Zols normally are a 2 HP enemy, so if you have the wood sword, they will split in 2. And there's the bomb upgrade. He has enough to purchase it at 86, but it only gives him 2 extra bombs, so hopefully those rupees don't come back to bite him. But, I mean, he does now have 10 bombs, which, you know, could prove to be useful when it comes down to, say, level 9. And there's the other bomb upgrade. Very rare that you see 2 bomb upgrades in the same dungeon, let alone almost precisely next to each other, but he doesn't have enough to get the other bomb upgrade, so he'll have to avoid it for the time being. He's not going to use his keys right now. Certainly don't blame him. Level 7 having the 33 rooms. He's going to want to try to avoid using keys at all costs, but he finds himself locked again, so he'll probably use one of his keys now or try to play Hyrule's favorite game show of Find the Bomb Hole.
Yeah, yep, I think he used the key.
Yep, And that is correct, Dark Shadows. There are 2 bomb upgrades. In the vanilla game, there's one in 5, and the other is in 7. And Sharky tried to find which Armo statue has the push. He's found it. Now he's just got to get into the staircase without getting bopped. He does so successfully and finds another take any cave. Good thing he did, because he could pick up this heart container and get some health. But look at this. Bartman finds the item in level 7, and it is the red ring. Remember when I said that this was going to be a combat-heavy seed? That is going to alleviate the stress, because that is going to increase their defense. The damage taken now down to 1/4 the base value. What a find there by Bartman.
Tell you what, my first month, every time I found the red ring, I was just ecstatic. So it was my key item for many a months until I got a little bit better at the game.
That's one of my favorite items to find. The good old jewelry there. Bartman getting 10 rupees and a key off of that rupee boss screen. Always nice to get 10 rupees and a nice prize, but sometimes you don't get that prize at the bottom of a Cracker Jack box, but that time Bartman did. Sharky is, I don't know if he has checked vanilla level 6 yet. He hasn't, so he's going to head up the stairs here and see if there's anything of... That's actually one of the take any's, as you can see from that staircase, so... Sharky now going to head to near vanilla level 1. So our take any's are not too shabby. I've seen better and I've seen worse.
Yep, they're not right next door to one another at least, so they do have a little bit of movement.
And you have one that's near Death Mountain, so that's always a good thing. As Sharky finds another take any cave, that's going to put him at 6 hearts, so now he is guaranteed the white sword item. And chat, you know what to do about that. You saw where that take any cave was. Sharky finding a potion shop, but we have not found the letter as of yet, so Sharky cannot buy potions at this time. So with that, I do believe we have found all 4 of the take any caves in this seed very fast. Well, this is a very nasty room here that Bartman's in. Yes, he does have the red ring, but... Well, look at this. Our white sword item happens to be the book. Sharky's going to grab it, and those hint shops that we saw earlier are now definitely going to come into play, because now he's going to understand exactly what all the Hylians are saying.
The problem is he still hasn't found one of the larger or even a couple medium secrets. He's just found 1 or 2.
Right, that's correct. He doesn't really have enough money to do much work with. But 37, he still can actually buy hints. It's just going to take him longer to do so.
I think I would opt to at least get another medium secret or 2 and then save and look at it before I go there. It just takes too many resets otherwise.
Yeah, in his case, I believe it would take him 2 tries, because he could buy 2 of the very cheap hints. But, oh, that's our thief! Our famous Link's Awakening phrase: when you steal anything from the shop, everybody calls you thief instead of the name that you put down as your Link's Awakening name. So nice little reference there. Sharky's going to head for start. He's going to get the small secret for 10. Bartman finds another medium secret for 37. Yeah, we have not found any of the large secrets yet. We got 7 mediums, 3 larges, and 4 smalls. So we're still looking for the really big money. Bartman finds another medium secret at the coast. He's now got a cool 100 rupees.
I will say, for Bartman, level 7 really paid off for him, because he got Red Ring for combat, he got the Triforce, he also got 4 keys out of this dungeon, and a bomb upgrade. So he's got a lot of things out of level 7 that people don't usually dig.
Yeah, because level 7, again, it's the biggest level apart from level 9, and we've seen a lot of races where level 7 has been the difference. That red ring definitely could be a difference maker for Bartman. As Sharky finds a medium secret, that's going to take him up to 84 rupees. So now he could purchase those hints if he wanted to. Of course, recommendation is I would save, and well, this is where the red candle is where I like to have it come in handy. You saw that Bartman was trying to burn down that bush. Unfortunately, he missed the mark.
Yeah, but the P-hats don't actually hurt him that much right now. You can almost stop to run through them.
Yeah, he's fine, so he'll try it again. Does get a 5 rupee from that lever drop, and he's going to discover some cash. Another small secret for 10 rupees. Actually, we did see that on Sharky's side previously. And Sharky's now going to find the wood sword behind that bomb shop below the blue ring shop in the Vanilla Quest. And what is he doing? Oh, he's probably voicing his frustrations. He just burned the old man. Yeah, 23 minutes sword. He can't feel too good about that. You find a sword that late, you got to feel that you're behind. And
Where
Bartman,
have all the dungeons gone? That's
I
really the
know
question.
we have only seen 2 dungeons, and we are almost 24 minutes into this race. That is crazy. They must all be on Death Mountain. I was going to check this bomb spot here and another potion shop, but again, we don't have the letters, so there's nothing we can do about it. Sharky's going to try to find this entrance to the level. Oh, he gets there just in time, but unfortunately, it's a door repair penalty. All that work for a door repair penalty. Youch.
Oh, we're gonna relive the Great Armos Massacre there for a second. He had 3 or 4 of them going from 2 rows.
I thought he got bot there. He must have made it by a frame. That was really, really close, but that's the way it goes. Bartman found a door repair penalty himself, so he's down to 107 rupees. Sharky going to fill up his health here at this fairy fountain now. Bartman nearing the location of where the white sword item is, but I don't know if he's going to head for Candle Row now or if he's going to head for the vanilla level 3 areas, but he's going to try to get some bomb drops. No dice there. Now he's got the raft. We haven't checked this raft spot here. Boy, we've got some beefy red Octoroks there, as Sharky's going to lose another 15 rupees. Let's see what we have here. We've got another key shop, and Bartman then has 4 keys, so no need for him to purchase any keys now. He's going to try to farm off these blue moblins again in the hope for bombs. Another potion shop discovered by Sharky where the 100 secret is, but again, no letter. There's a bomb drop for Bartman, so he'll leave the vanilla level 4 raft spot as Sharky's going to burn down this bush here where there's a 10. Let's see if he's able to find anything worth his while. He's got himself the letter. Speaking of the potion shops we finally found paper. Bartman finds the book, but unfortunately 4 hearts is not enough to pick it up, so he's either going to need 5 or 6 in order to get the book.
The good news is he's going to be able to check it again real quickly if he doesn't up an A.
Yeah, that's correct, because near that spot, remember, there was a bonus cave. So there's the potion shop. If he goes one more screen to the right, which he has done successfully, he is going to find that Take Any cave, and he'll have another opportunity at the book if he wants to make that play now. I mean, he's right there. I would imagine he's going to go for the play.
I would certainly consider it.
And what do you know? We do have a level behind vanilla level 3, but it's level 5. And there's, the Triforce is in a tea room. Now, block clipping is not required, or ladder clipping is not required in order to beat a C. So you don't have to do that difficult trick to get the Triforce, which means there must be a workaround. 5 hearts isn't enough. So, Bartman getting trolled by the book here. You need the maximum 6 to pick up the book. Tough break there for Bartman. Sharky finds the staircase, but that's the transport, and he's going to avoid it for now. So there must be some kind of workaround to get to that Triforce, because we don't expect all of our runners to know how to do all these fancy tricks. Screen scrolling is never going to be required. Ladder crossing is not going to be required. Block clipping is not going to be required, but it does help if you know how to do it, because you can save a lot of time. All right, Sharky going to try to take down these Vires in the hope that he gets some kind of drop, but he's got to be careful. Down to his last half heart, needs to nail these sword shots perfectly. 1 more keys to go, and he does get a heart container for his efforts, so now he's up to 7 hearts.
Yeah, I'm sure Bartman would love to have that heart right about now.
Absolutely. Bartman didn't find anything of use behind the pushable graveyard tombstone there, so he'll have to look elsewhere for his goodies. He does find a level, and it's level 2, which is one of the smaller levels you can find. The item is going to be somewhere on the ground, so that's a nice find there for Bartman, considering he hasn't found too many levels. But look what we have here, folks. It is Uncle Wizzy's house, no one's favorite place to go.
Yeah, but at least he's got his red ring for this, though, so he can take a few shots before he gets eliminated.
Right, he's going to lose a half a heart every time he gets hit by either their bodies or the beams, and they are very strong. And look at this, out of the frying pan and into the fire. We've got blue land mullahs, but They appear to be kind of weak, but he did use his bombs to help alleviate the stress. He cleared out one, and that's a good trick, and he gets the heart container. Now, we don't know if that is the actual item or if that's just the dungeon's heart container, because, again, there is a heart container somewhere in the item shuffle, but chances are that's probably the dungeon's heart container. Sharky gonna keep himself safe from that orange Landmola. No, he's just gonna up an A. I thought he was gonna try to take it out from the ladder spot, but he wants a different path. He knows where the Triforce is. Now, can he do the clip, or is he gonna try for the work one? He's gonna go for the clip. It's a tough maneuver. Oh, he almost got it. Very tough because it's pixel perfect, frame perfect, I believe, as well. As Bartman finds a nickel on the ground, he's at 114 rupees. Ooh, he does it. He gets through it, and he's got his Triforce. That's Sharky's first Triforce of the match. Very well done there on the ladder clip.
Yep, that's one of those ladder clips that you could defend trying to do for a couple of tries, because that Triforce could pay off big.
Oh, absolutely there, Fury. You bet. And there's another Wizrobe room here. These are the orange varieties. Let's see how they rolled on the HP. Can't tell at this moment, but I think they rolled high. Oh, yes, they rolled high because of, either he missed or they rolled high, but I think he missed. But I think they rolled high, too. So, beefy orange Wizrobes here. One bomb's not going to cut it.
Yeah, I can't tell if they're 4 or 5. Doesn't look like they're all the way up, at least.
Yeah. But it is kind of tough that you have the orange Wizrobes not go down in one bomb, but that's the nature of the randomizer. We have plus or minus 2 on the HP shuffle for these enemies, and boy, Bartman getting a nasty beam to the back there from that blue Wizrobe there. And another Landmola. Boy, we've seen nothing but Wizrobes and Landmolas in this dungeon. Holy smokes. And we find the Triforce out of level 2, so they are very fluffy as well. So Landmolas are usually a little bit more stronger than that, but they go down in wood sword heads. That's not normal. We have our compass here. Of course, after we have found the Triforce, because Fury the game knows.
That is correct, it knows.
So Bartman now looking for the dungeon item. Again, it's going to be on the floor now. It just could be there right for the taking, or he'll have to full clear room in order to claim his prize. So that's why he's going to try to attack as many rooms as he possibly can. So we'll see if he's able to get the item. No, that's not there. And he's going to bomb to the right. He knows he can do that with the shape of that crescent moon level 2, and he's going to get a hint. No, he's not going to get a hint because he doesn't have the book. It's Sharky that's got the book. So now he does have 6 hearts, by the way, so he can go back and pick up the book if he so desires. Oh, and we find a mugger room. It's leave your life or max bombs, and he is taking out his frustrations on the old man once again. He's going to up an A and look for a different route. But that room very well could be required to get the item out of level 5. It's hard to say at this point.
Well, he'd been to the room to either side of it, I thought.
Okay, then it's not required. He just found himself in a bad spot. So rather than spend something, he's just going to find the workaround and try it again. And Bartman is going to go ahead and just pick up the Triforce right now. That is his second Triforce piece. I don't think he found the item. We'll see if he decides to go back in there or if he's going to let it sit for the time being. Oh, another heart container. Okay, Dark Shadows just gave me the indication. So we did have a heart container as our item in level 2. So it happened to be there were 2 hearts to be found.
A lot of times, Magical Sword will not come into a play in a C, but both runners have a lot of health to start with here.
Yeah, that's very true. We find another taken in. Bartman's going to go ahead and pick up the potion. Not a bad move on his part. I don't believe he has found the letter. That's Sharky's letter that's been found. So he'll go ahead and fill up on potions twice so he can refill his health at that time, and he won't have to spend the money on potions. We find another medium secret on Bartman's side. That'll put him at 151. So he's got the Gen 1 Pokemon total to his rupee name.
Yeah, I don't mind the potion pickup at all. With Red Ring, you basically have the equivalent of 28 hearts worth of damage you can soak up right now. So might as well go ahead and triple that as opposed to just getting 1 more heart for 4 more health.
Yep, and boy, these are soft Landmolas. I've never seen Landmolas be as squishy as they are. And Sharky is going to push this block. We have our item, and it is Lord Banana. And I know your name is the superior model, Fury, but he is gonna burn it and pick it up. So we have got roasted plantains, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but if you look at the overworld and you know he doesn't have the red ring just yet because he hasn't dug level 7, that's a perfectly fine pickup to make because you're tired of taking Lionel beams to your back. You just want to stun them in place and get away.
Yes, indeed. That's the reference I always make of Fury. Whenever they burn the boomerang and they pick it up, it's known as Lord Plantain now because you've got roasted bananas. And there's a... Oh, hello! This is an LOZ approved secret, my friends. The large secret behind vanilla level 9 at 123 rupees. This is officially a big money seed.
And they both found dungeons at the same time. I think I got them both right here. One's in Death Mountain where Vanilla 9 is, and the other, I believe, is at the bomb spot in the dead end.
Yes, correct. Where Bartman found his level 4, it is at the potion shop next to vanilla level 9. Sharky is in level 8, so level 4, once Bartman finds the staircase, he will find his item. Sharky, meanwhile, is going to try to look for 2 items here.
Yep, I don't blame him. You at least want to see if you can get to them easily enough. Sometimes they're blocked off, though.
And we do have our item in level 4. It is the red candle, a nice pickup for Bartman. So that blue candle gets replaced by the red candle. With the blue candle, you can only fire it once per screen. If you want to use it again, you have to go to a different screen. With the red candle, you can fire it as many times on the screen as you'd like. But remember to keep in mind, only 2 shots at the screen at once. Now Bartman just looking for the Triforce, and he'll have his 3rd Triforce piece already.
I'll tell you who wishes he had the red candle right about now. It's Mr. I'm Stuck in a Pancake over there on the left.
They'd be very useful against pancakes. That's red candle, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated items in Zelda Randomizer because very useful against the pancakes, useful against the Gibdos. And again, if you're a bad shot on firing your candles at bushes, it allows you second chances. And look at that, he's putting it to work right away with those blue gorillas. So he is putting that candle to good use. Not really great against beefy ropes, though, because of how fast they move. But, you know, he's fine. He's still got his full health.
Yeah, Lynx and Gibdo both like to kind of run towards you, and they usually take a fairly straightforward path, so that you can just use the candle to bounce them off the wall, and they'll just keep trying to come back towards you.
Yep, exactly. And Sharky finding a rupee boss and getting 10 rupees out of it. No bonus, though. He knows where the Triforce is, and you got to take down Gliak in order to get it. And remember, he's got no ring. Every time he gets hit by a fireball, he's going to lose 1 heart. He does not have the red ring like Bartman does.
I'm not sure how comfortable he feels with his wood sword Gliak combat.
Yeah, and he's got a wood sword, too, to boot, which is going to mean 10. Now, I believe the HP on them have been shuffled as well, because it's normally 10 wood sword hits for the first head, 6 for ones after that.
And I like Bartman's strat. He's using his sword beam that he had up until now to just try and hit him from closer to the doorway so he can duck in and out if he needs to.
Looks like this Gliak rolled low. Yes, it did roll low, and he gets his Triforce as the prize. Way to go, Bartman. Nice 4-headed Gliak fight with that wood sword, and that is his 3rd Triforce piece.
So we don't have any major Goma or Digdogger blocks, but 2 Triforces behind 4-headed Gliaks. That's kind of rough.
Sharky finding another heart container. He's now up to 8 hearts. So he's 2 away from a potential shot at the magical sword, but we don't even know where the magical sword is. For all we know, it could be power bracelet blocked.
Have we found a blue ring shop yet?
We have found plenty of blue ring shops. It is definitely not the rare shop.
All right, so Sharky can still make that play if he so desires later, because there's plenty of money in the seed once he finds those secrets.
Yeah, no question about it. Yeah, this is a big money seed. Remember, Bartman already has the red ring, so with his 255 rupees, now 240 because he found a door repair penalty, he doesn't have to buy that blue ring. He can buy arrows, he can buy bait, he can buy keys, he can buy potions. So He's in good shape. I mean, we'll see what happens. Sharky has found a staircase. Let's see if this is one of the 2 items. Yes, it is. White sword. Nice find for Sharky. That is going to double his attack power.
May make him feel confident enough to take the 4-headed Gliok on now as well.
Oh, absolutely, indeed. But again, he's still going to lose 1 heart every time he gets hit. Now, that is not a door repair penalty. Instead, that's either the hint that would tell us what the white sword item is and where it is, or where the magical sword is. So if Sharky gets to that screen at the forgotten spot, we'll know what kind of hint it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised Bartman hasn't elected to go back to the book and pick it up.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too, but I guess he wants to explore Death Mountain first before he goes back to make that play for the book. But it could cost him in the end because he could be leaving behind some valuable hints about items that are later on in the dungeons. But we'll see how this works out for Bartman.
Yep.
And there's a clue. Dodongo dwells at the grave, so he now knows the vicinity of where level 2 is. Sharky's not found level 2 yet.
Nope, but when he goes in there, he's going to wish he had found level 7's item first.
Right.
Because that's all sorts of Wizrood, Landbow, Moldorm.
Yep. Oh, yes, indeed. And all of those enemies that you just mentioned, they take away 2 hearts. It is not going to be a fun time in level 2 for Sharky if he makes that play first. Unless he gets really lucky with his evasive skills, it's going to be a brutal time.
Looks like we may have Bartman heading closer and closer to that book, though.
Yeah, it looks like he's making a play for that book, I would imagine, here. So he is going to be able to understand what those Hylians are saying. Yes, sir. He immediately heads for that book, grabs it. He's now got the power to understand what those Hylians and say. Of course, if he does find the wand, it is going to give him that hindrance. So again, as I mentioned before, it's a double-edged sword. Unfortunately for Sharky, he cannot bomb to the west, and he is going to try to get past this 3-headed Gliok and try to bomb to the north. He does so successfully. Those fireballs are still in play. He's able to get through. Gliok returns with the magic key, so the other item in level 8 is the any key. If Sharky can find it, he'll be in good shape with the key situation.
Yeah, this is why I like this play, though, because you just took information that you didn't have, put it up on the board. You now know that you don't have to dig level 6 necessarily, because it's just the wand. It's just a combat upgrade.
Yep, you are correct. And again, both of our runners have the book, so I wouldn't be surprised if these runners would skip the wand. We'll see. The 12 rupee hint contains Dig Dogger gazes with the boomerang. That is old news.
Yeah, but not for him, so he now eliminates 5 as well, and he's going to go right up to the second hint shop that's over on the waterfall.
Absolutely. Now, what I want to find out is, I don't know if Bartman saved before he made this play. What I want to find out is he going to retry after he discovers these hints? Aquamentus awaits by the Lost Hills, so step over the water to reach the bow. So we now know that the bow is ladder blocked in some way, shape, or form. It is not the ladder item on the coast, so at this point, it could be anywhere.
Yep, it's not that useful of a hint. Let's see if the other 2 are better.
Step over the water to reach the raft. That's not a useful hint. That's old news. That is the ladder item on the coast. How about for 46? Aquamentus awaits with the magical boomerang. So we now know that one of the items in level 1 will be that superior model. And there is.
Here comes the retry.
You bet. He's going to get all his monies back. I like that move that Bartman just made right there. Get your money back. Now you can spend it on whatever you like.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt him to either pick up more keys, maybe pick up the wood arrows if he thinks he'll find the bow at some point in the near future.
Yep. Of course, he now knows that the any key is in level 8, so he knows he doesn't necessarily have to spend money on keys. As Sharky, he finds a large secret. So that's the second one, and it's in Southwest Hyrule, so that's going to top out his wallet at 255 rupees. At this point, these runners could spend money on wooden arrows, but neither runner has found the bow, and you have to have the bow in order to defeat Ganon. Unfortunately, Bartman's going to lose 15 rupees down to 212, so he's at the boiling point with his cash.
Yeah, with Sharky in his position right now, he has 255, so I would heavily consider saving. He just continued. He's going to save, I think. Buy the hints, and then get the blue ring, because he doesn't know where the red ring is, and that'll save him some combat.
Oh, absolutely, and it's a smart play if Sharky does decide to do that. but he's not done it just yet. He's bombing this spot right now, and he's grabbing a rupee he didn't need. Well, that's a shop he doesn't want any part of.
Well, maybe he hadn't found the shop yet. He's going to be happy to find it.
Yep, so here's the Monocle Rock shop. He's got his cash. And Bartman doing a good move, in my opinion. Unfortunately, it's old news for Sharky. Nope, you have to leave the shop and then come back if you want another hint. Bartman picking up the wooden arrows, which is a great play. Goma creeps with the wand, so now he knows about level 6 having the wand, so he doesn't necessarily need to go out of his way to get that item, and he's not going to like what he sees when it comes to that third hint, because he's going to discover he's already got the boomerang, and he's giving that old man a little stab, saying, I hate that hint.
And then the moblin says, why don't you go back in there and stab him some more?
Yeah, they literally Dikembe Mutombo'd him back into that cave. That's not got to feel good. It's like insult to injury as Bartman finds level 5 now. And he's going to find that the Triforce is very quickly going to be found if he's able to do this clip.
Oh, you better believe he's going to try, because he knows he can just leave this dungeon after he gets it.
And now he's got the hint. He now knows that the bow is in some sort of ladder block dungeon. Great clip there for Bartman. He's got the Triforce out of level 5. He now has 4 Triforce pieces. And old news, and he wants to stab the Octroid. Boy, he is on a he's on a genocide spree here, folks.
All right, so the question is, where can the silvers be? Probably a good time for me to go running down some items here. We know the magical boomerang is in level 1. We know the heart container is in level 2. We know the red candle's in 4. The regular boomerang in 5. Wand in 6. Red ring in 7. Magic key and white sword in 8. We have the book as the white sword item. We have the Armos item as the ladder. We have the coast item as the raft, which leaves 1, 3, and 9. 1 item in 1, 1 item in 3, 2 items in 9.
That is correct. So that is our item recap up to this point. Yeah, get this, the 4 items we are looking for, Fury, are all important items. Well, except for, they're all important items. The 4 items that we have missing are the bow, the silver arrows, the recorder, and the power bracelet. Amazing. Sharky finds some money. Don't grab it. Don't grab it, Sharky. You have the maximum. Good job. Last thing you want to do, Fury, is grab a secret when you're at 255 and it happens to be a large.
Yep, just go find a blue ring shop, grab your blue ring, and then go ahead and take that money again.
Absolutely, indeed. So Sharky did the retry to get his 255 back. So now what he just needs to do is, if he wants to, he can buy that blue ring, which will double his defense, and it would definitely help him out in level 2. Barman's in level 8. He knows that the any key is there. The other item, of course, is the white sword. So little does he know, and of course, he may want to make the play anyways, considering he doesn't have the bow or the silver arrows. Little does he know, that white sword is that second item, and he'd be glad to find it.
Well, I would say he's tunnel visioning to go towards level 9, but based on my tracking here, I don't think we found that yet.
Sharky, or Bartman rather, picks up the Triforce in level 8. So now he has all 5 Triforce pieces he needs to be eligible to go into level 9, but there's a couple of problems. He doesn't have the bow, he doesn't have the silver arrows, and we don't even know where level 9 is. That's amazing. We are now 47 minutes into the seed as Bartman's going to top out his wallet. Aquamentus awaits with the recorder, so we now know that the other item in level 1 is the recorder. So we very well, folks, could have a situation where the bow and the silver arrows are both in level 9.
Yep, but where is level 9?
Yep, and where is level 3? Level 3 is either going to have the bow, the silver arrows, or the power bracelet. Ooh, this could be a chain reaction seed. What if level 3 had the power bracelet, and the power bracelet was guarded to get to level 9, which has the bow and silver arrows? That would be something.
What would really be something is if you needed the flute out of 1 to get to level 3 to get the power bracelet to get to level 9, though.
Oh, now that would be the ultimate chain reaction seed. I'd love to see that happen. But, of course, we don't even know where level 1 is. For all we know, level 1 could be power bracelet blocked. Ooh, wow, so many possibilities here of a chain reaction seed. Bartman finding this staircase here, and he's going to find his any key, which is something he knew was in level 8 off the bats. But the big question is, will he look for the second item? I would imagine he's going to consider, again, he doesn't have the bow or the silver arrow, so it would probably be in his best interest to seek out that second item. Yeah, I'm going to put that red candle to work against these orange gorillas here as Sharky's in level 6 looking for the Triforce. Again, he doesn't necessarily need the wand out of there, so he could get the Triforce and just bail if he so chooses. Bartman finds the push block and reverse C, but that's the transport staircase, so he'll be looking for something else.
Yep, for all he knows, the bow or silvers could be in here, so I don't quite mind this play either.
Oh yeah, no question about it. Now, unfortunately, Bartman just found the other side of that transport staircase, but the next staircase Bartman finds will be the one that's going to have his item, which again is the white sword. Yeah, exactly. People are mentioning, chat, that the trolliest seeds start free. Well, one of the phrases I like to say when it comes to Zelda Randomizer Theory is, it's not how a seed starts, it's how a seed finishes. Because you could have everything handed to you on a silver platter early on, the red ring, the any key, the white sword, etc. Then you get deep into the seed, and all of a sudden the game just decides to throw so many curveballs at you, and then what looks like is going to be a 40-minute seed turns into an hour-and-a-half seed.
I'm really surprised that Sharky's thinking about digging level 6 out, though. I don't see the wand as being a big enough play here.
Well, he hasn't found the Triforce yet, though, unless he has. Because if he has found the Triforce, then yeah, I totally agree with you, Fury. Making a play for this wand, to me, is not really the best idea. He's already got the white sword, as Bartman found the letter behind that burn bush. So now, if he wants to, now I believe he already grabbed a potion. So he doesn't necessarily need the letter, but it's insurance in case he needs more potions.
Yeah, his big play right now is probably to go to Death Mountain, see if he can't find a dungeon that's missing, such as 9 or even 1 probably he'd take at this point.
Right. Yeah, both of our runners bought hints, so both of these runners have the knowledge of the seed up to this point. But there's just a couple of pieces to this puzzle that they are missing. Again, missing in action, we don't know where levels 1, 3, and 9 are, but Death Mountain seems to be a good bet. And Bartman finds more money. Leave it there. Yep. Don't want to be grabbing it at 252 because, again, for all he knows, it could be a large secret. He can always come back to it later if he needs it, but I don't think he's going to need it. Ooh, beefy blue Tektites here as Bartman's going to check this cave and find a key shop. Now, a magical shield wouldn't be a horrendous play, in my opinion, except for one thing. He's got the wood sword. What the magical shield does is that it reflects Wizro beams, Lionel beams. There's the Triforce out of 6 for Sharky, so he's got 2 Triforce pieces now. There's the old news about the brother having the book at the lake. So that other old man, it was a merchant in this case, that was at the forgotten spot. That's going to be the hint about where the magical sword is.
More money, leave it behind.
Yep.
He really just wants a dungeon. Forget this money.
Yeah, magical shield, in my opinion, with a seed like this is a viable play. I don't see it being a big play. I mean, it's a possible play. Speaking of possible plays, Sharky going to go ahead and buy the blue ring with his 250 rupees. That's going to double his defense, which is something he desperately needed. So he essentially now has 16 hearts to his name. Other things that the magical shield deflects is the fireballs from the Zolas and also the fireballs that come from the BMOS turret statues. But you got to be careful because if you get swallowed by a like, if you don't break out of that like fast enough, you're going to lose that magical shield. And with a wood sword, good luck trying to break out of it.
Yeah, Based on what I've seen, though, we're down to only a couple spots left that are open on the overworld. They're about to be stuck in searching for items that open up push blocks and record the lake and that sort of thing.
Absolutely. And Sharky is not in Death Mountain anymore. So, man, this is interesting. Where could these other 3 levels be?
We explored Eastern Death Mountain and West Death Mountain. I think we've gotten every last cave up there, and only level 4 is up there.
Oh my goodness gracious! You know what? I'm starting to think this is a double dip level 9. This is smelling like a double dip level 9 to me. My guess is that the power bracelet's a 9, and the power bracelet's required to get to a level that requires the bow and/or the silver arrows. That's how I'm feeling right now. Of course,
And
we haven't.
I'm trying to think of ways that we could open this up. You have to have recorder. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, look at this. There's level 9. Bartman, the first to enter 54 minutes in while we're about to solve the mystery right here. So this is what he's going to be looking for. He's going to be listening for the roar of Ganon. If he hears it, then Ganon is going to be adjacent to where he is right now, 1 room north, south, east, or west. He's also going to be looking for a single shutter door room, potentially like this one. If he full clears this room of Stelphos, and that door does not open, he has found the location of Zelda, but Bartman's not going to take out Stelphos. I would take him out in the off chance it could be Zelda's room. Now he's going to take him down, or he's going to try the block clip again. I'm sorry. I would check because you never know. It could be Zelda's room. I would have checked.
I would, in almost every other case, agree with you. But because it's only a few rooms from start, you can kind of up an A and look if you have to later. So if it was deeper in a dungeon, absolutely try and take the patch route and see what happens with that door.
I mean, I get what you're saying there, Fury, but I have seen this happen before where runners go to a spot and then they just absolutely, totally forget about it. So that's where I'm going with that when I said take off the Stalfos. Get it over with.
It's always good practice to go ahead and mark a room that has a shutter as a question mark. That way you know that, hey, there may be something here later, but sometimes they forget.
Stelphos guard the compass, so now he knows exactly what kind of enemies guard the compass, and very well could have had that room. He just did the block clip at. We'll see. Because compass, you may have to full clue the room. It might be guarded inside of Stelphos, or it just might be there right for the taking, just like a floor drop item. So that single shutter door room does not open. He's found where Zelda is. He's also going to be looking for 3 old men with 4 potential hints. We've already saw one of the hints already. There are the other 2 hints. Could be one of these 3. Where Ganon is, where Zelda is, but the most important hint is where the silver arrows are. However, we've seen 1 mugger room already, Fury. There could be up to 3 in a seed. Those potential rooms could take away our hints. Also, what we haven't seen is the bait block. That also could take away one of our hints here in level 9. So we'll see how this plays out for Bartman.
Well, I think he's already heard the roar for Ganon, so he's got some information to go with, but he still needs to find more. And hey!
Yeah? Did he find Zelda? He did. That shutter door did not open, so he knows the location of Zelda. So it turns out that block clip was a good move. But again, that could still be where the compass is, but doesn't matter to Bartman now. Sharky finds one of the 2 bomb upgrades, and he's not going to be too pleased to discover it's only going to give him 2 extra bombs. Now, furthermore, well, this is where the game knows situation comes into play. Sharky just spent all that money on the blue ring, and if he continues to explore level 7, he's going to find that red ring. It just never fails, Fury.
Yeah, but he's going to still pick it up for sure.
No doubt about it.
Turn that down.
You're always going to pick it up, but it's just one of those things that tends to happen in randomizers time and time again. You buy that blue ring, and the game says, oh, I see you spent that 250 rupees to get the blue ring. Here, have the red ring on us 5 minutes later. This looks vaguely familiar. Looks like vanilla level 3's pattern. There's the red ring for Sharky, and he's going to be happy to pick it up, but he's probably not happy about the fact that he just got it, and he burns the red ring in disgust. I don't blame Sharky for doing that. But it does double his defense 1 more time, so his damage is down to 1/4 of the base value, too, just like Bartman.
Yeah. So Ganon is literally 5 rooms up from start. Zelda is probably 3 rooms to the left of that. So where in the world of our staircase is gone in level 9?
Yeah, we haven't seen too many staircases here in this level 9. Well, level 9 is considered the great equalizer for a reason. It's could be one of those situations where you have to go magical staircase to get both of the items out of here in level 9. Now, again, there's 3 items left in play: the bow, the silver arrows, and the power bracelet. Just judging what we have seen in this seed so far, this just smells like a double dip level 9 just because of what we have found. We haven't found level 1, we haven't found level 3. I gotta believe that both of those items are blocked by either the power bracelet or the recorder. This could be one of those triple chain reaction seeds for all we know.
Was Bartman skipping that Patro staircase because he went down it earlier, or is he just skipping it because he doesn't want to fight it?
Now, he does have the red ring, but still, a Patrifight with a wood sword and no wand is not fun because every time you get bopped by a Patra, you lose half a heart on that red ring. It's normally 2 hearts if you had no ring at all. So it's a tough proposition. So I kind of can't fault Bartman for not taking on that Patra, but for all he knows, he could be behind. We know he's got a pretty healthy lead at this point.
He is down to 1 bomb.
And we welcome those who were around at Randomania 3 here at Randomania 4 for the Sharky2107 and Bartman V1. I'm going to give an item recap of what we have found so far. As Bartman's going to exit level 9 down to his last bomb, so he'll have to come back when he's got more bombs. Going to try and farm for some bombs here. Here's the item recap. We have not found level 1 yet, but we know via hints that the magical boomerang and the recorder are the 2 items there. Level 2 has the heart container. We haven't even found level 3 yet. Level 4 has the red candle. Level 5 has the wooden boomerang. Level 6 has the wand. Level 7, the red ring. Level 8 has the white sword and the any key. We don't know what's in level 9. The Armo statue item is the ladder. The ladder item on the coast is the raft. And the white sword item is the book. The 3 items left in play are the bow, the silver arrows, and the power bracelet.
Yep, so one of the 2 items needed to kill Ganon are going to be a 9, and the other one could be a 9 or it could be in 3.
Oh, and that is never fun. Sharky just got pushed back by that red Octorok, as it commonly happens a lot. And Bartman now going to go back into level 9. Well, no, he's continuing to farm until he gets his bomb drops. And it's a good enemy set, blue Octoroks and blue Moblins. But right now the game is not providing. It is just trolling the living daylights out of Bartman and trying to get some bomb drops. He's just saying, screw it, I'm going to go back into level 9. Yeah, that is true. We don't even know where the magical sword is, but neither of our runners are in magical sword range. Sharky does have the white sword and red ring, so to me, it's not going to be much of a factor for him. Bartman doesn't have the white sword out of level 8. He was in level 8, and he knew the any key was one of the items, but he decided to leave the second item behind, and it's probably not going to cost him at this point. This looks to be an easy enemy set, but it is going to make the Ganon fight a little bit tougher.
Yep, just doing some investigating on our runners here. Bartman only has 1 bomb spot left to check on the entire overworld. And after that, he's only got power bracelet spots and the recorder spot. So only 1 shot left at finding a level that isn't blocked.
Yeah, the way this is going, I got to believe that the magical sword is blocked either via power bracelet or the recorder. As Sharky is going to find level 2, and that would give him 4 Triforce pieces if he's able to find it. With the red ring, he'll have a much easier time going through this Wizrobe and Landmola infested dungeon than if he didn't have a ring at all. So he'll find 2 heart containers there if he decides to fully explore this level 2, and I would imagine he would because, again, it's a smaller one, and he doesn't have the bow or the silver arrows. There's one of the heart containers for Sharky. That'll put him at 9 hearts. He's 1 heart away from a potential shot at the magical sword. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think the magical sword is going to be in play just based on what we know about the locations of everything in this overworld. That was a good Landmola kill there by Sharky. Or a Moldorm kill, rather, excuse me. Ooh, Sharky's going to take on these blue Wizrobes here with his white sword and red ring. Let's see how he does. Trying to get those blue Wizrobes into a pattern. He gets a fairy drop, so that's going to put him at beam sword for a little while. Let's see how long he can hold on to it. Well, he gets tackled right there, so he'll lose it at that point. Oh, but it was a good kill. That looked like that room had a master blue Wizrobe.
Yeah, but certainly possible in that room.
Yeah, what we mean by that is there are some rooms in the game, particularly there's one in level 2 and there's one in level 6, where if you kill one of the enemies, the rest of the enemies in that room drop with it. So it's a master room, so to speak. The two that you most commonly see is a orange Gorilla room in level 2 and an orange Wizard room near start in level 6. I think there's others as well, but those are the two common ones that runners think of.
Yep, I believe there's that second quest circle block room that can be a master room. There's also a middle turret room.
Correct. And of course, he gets a clock drop after he full clears the room. As I like to say, I don't always get the clock, but when I do, it's after I've killed the last Pole's voice in a room. Stay fighting, my friends. That's right, Link is the most interesting man in the world, or at least the most interesting man in Hyrule. Sharky gonna give it another go against these blue Wizrobes. And again, he's got the white sword and the red ring, so he'll have a much easier chance of getting them taken down. He's going to hope that he gets some kind of good drop out of this desert room. Boy, and this Patra doing all sorts of crazy things here. Go home, Patra. You're drunk. Just one more blue Wizrobe left to go on Sharky's side, and he does get a bomb drop for his efforts. Tell you what, that was a nice Patrick kill there by Bartman, but he gets rewarded with nothing but a heart because that is not a push block room. Tough luck there for Bartman. And Sharky finds the Triforce out of level 2, but he is going to continue to look for that second item. Again, he doesn't know it, but there are 2 heart containers in this level 2, and if he's not keeping track, that could come to be problematic if he finds that heart container, because he'll think he's not found the item, but he will have found the item if he does find that second heart container. So hopefully he's keeping track. Looking at the map on Bartman's side, he has discovered about 40% of level 9 up to this point.
He's got what I call the cactus map going.
Yeah, exactly. Does look like a cactus. Where's Jam Eviler when you need him? It's a cactus. Jam Eviler, of course, one of the Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament champions of our past history. This is our 4th Zelda Randomizer tournament that we have held so far. Crystal Saver, the winner of the 1st and 3rd tournaments, while Jam Eviler captured the 2nd tournament against Crystal Saver.
Yeah, but as the community grows, it becomes more difficult to pull off those repeat victories, as Crystal Saver's already suffered 1 defeat so far this tournament.
Yep, he has rallied back to win his last 2 races. He and RC Drone are 2-1, so we still have our hopes that we could have RC Drone Crystal Saver round 2. If you're with us the last tournament, there is the second heart container for Sharky, so he has now got 10 hearts. So if he finds the magical sword, he'll have a 20% chance of picking it up. But Bartman taking a death in level 9 here, so he'll have to go back to the start and try it again.
It looks like Sharky's beelining for the Triforce room, so I think he is keeping good track of it.
Yep, he's back in that room, the swamp room, where he's going to get his Triforce. That is his 4th Triforce piece. He is 1 away from being eligible to go into level 9. For those of you who just joined us, level 9 is a couple of screens east of vanilla level 9. Yep. There's 2 pixels I believe you can be on when you try to do that block clip. I know how to do block clips, but I sometimes it's not as easy as you think when you first do it. But once you've done it many times, it becomes old hat. And there's 10 more rupees for Sharky.
Gone ahead and marked on the tracker the only spot left that neither runner is checked. So we'll see once Sharky goes over into Death Mountain over there whether or not it has level 3 or something that he can use.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting if that one remaining spot on the overworld does have level 3 or level 1. That could be huge for Sharky if he finds it.
Yeah, because it could have bow, could have silvers. You never know.
Yeah, that's right. And if that's the case, he'd be set for level 9. He'd be practically in go mode going into level 9. Just would have to find the second half of the puzzle, which would either be the bow or the silver arrows. We don't know where they are. We just know that there's 3 items left in play. Again, it's the bow, the silver arrows, and the power bracelet. Just the way this seat's shaping up, though, Fury. Again, as I mentioned, I don't see level 9 having both the bow and the silver arrows, but we'll find out.
Well, actually, level 3 cannot have the power bracelet because it's likely blocked by it, right? In some way, shape, or form. So the only one item is going to be a 9 that's needed to kill Ganon.
Correct. If level 3, if it is level 3, if it's level 1, then it still could be. You never know.
Yeah, but they've checked every spot that isn't blocked, so they can't get into level 1 or level 3. They can only get into level 9 as far as the progression goes.
Yeah, based on what you said there, Fury, I think power bracelet's a 9, along with either the bow or silver arrows. That's what it's looking like to me.
Because you can't get the recorder out of level 1 because it's blocked. So it's likely going to be power bracelet blocked as every other spot in the overworld's covered.
Correct. So just by a process of elimination, I'm going to mark it down. I'm probably going to regret this because the game knows, but I think I'm going to go ahead and mark down that the power bracelet's a 9.
Be kind of nice to get the silver cent just to confirm that one or the other is in there.
Correct. Because then we know it's in level 3 once we figure that out. Because just the way this overworld is shaped out, Fury spelled it perfectly just now. It can't be bow and silver arrows in level 9. I mean, it just can't. The power bracelet's got to be a 9.
Even if level 1 and 3 are not required, there should be no way that you cannot access those dungeons in the game.
Precisely there, Fury. Bartman, though's already explored a good chunk of level 9 and has come up empty so far. He knows where Ganon is, he knows where Zelda is, but he doesn't know where any of the items are. Sharky losing 15 rupees. We do have the bow in level 9. Bartman halfway home to discovering the way to kill the beast here, and I'll tell you what, this is looking like silver arrows in 3, Fury.
Yep, I would say silvers are in 3, and that would pretty much do it for the item rundown.
Of course, if we find the second item in level 3, or if we find the old man with the hint here in level 9, we can get confirmation of exactly what we're going up against. Now, Sharky has found level 9, but Bartman cannot escape the orange Wizrobe, so back to start he goes. Sharky, of course, cannot go into level 9 right now. He's only got 4 Triforce pieces, so he'll have to come back later. The good news for him is he's about to find level 4, and once he finds it, gets the Triforce, then he could go back into level 9. This race is not over, folks. Sharky going to get that large secret to top out his wallet at 255 rupees yet again. So all that money that was spent on the blue ring, he has recovered it.
Sharky doesn't have his Triforce marked on level 7, although he left there and he had full health. So he either has 3 or 4, but he'll know that he can access dungeons to get his 5 Triforces at least.
Yep, that is correct. Bartman's still in pursuit of the other item here in level 9. He's trying to get past this Patra here, and He's found an opening. Can he get there? Yes. He's got 2 hearts still left. And oh, shoot, we got a key locked room. He's going to get 4 bombs back. So that's pretty nice there as he continues to excavate this level 9. Now, Sharky, he'll find the red candle, and this is the red candle right here. But at 73 minutes in, I kind of got to believe he's going to pass it up, knowing his situation in the race. He's trying to do the reverse block clip here. And he does so successfully. Nice job there for Sharky. He sees the red candle and he says, nope, don't blame him. It's already expired. We see Bartman's back to that Wizrobe room that had the bow. He's trying to see if he can bomb out of there. It doesn't look like he can. So he's just going to get out of there and make another path.
Man, he's really just blocked out of the bottom half of this level 9, though.
Yeah, it's just so weird here. It's either Magical Staircase blocked Fury, or he has to play Hyrule's #1 game show, Find the Bomb Hole.
Yep, when you want to go south in level 9, just go north first.
Sharky finds this 4-headed Gleeok. This is where the Triforce is, so once he defeats him, he will be eligible to go into level 9.
And here goes a potion, but he's got plenty of rupees if he ever needs to go get another one, so
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he's got tons and tons of cash here. Yeah, we haven't even discovered what the potion prices are. They've not needed it at this point, as Sharky gets his 4th or 5th Triforce piece out of level 4. Now, we see that the Triforce in level 7 was removed on Sharky. You never found it?
I don't have full confirmation that he's found it, so until I know, I guess I'll just keep it off.
Okay, well, if he goes to level 9 and he goes through it, we can remark it. So, not a problem there, as Bartman's still looking for the second item, and he's not heading back to level 9, so I think you're right. He does not have the Triforce out of level 7, so it's decision time for Sharky. Where is he going to get Triforce number 5? Now, this is interesting. Sharky's heading for the forgotten spot with his 10 hearts, and he's going to get the hint about the magical sword's location. But again, I don't see him making a play to get this mags, but you never know. As Bartman going back into level 9, he's out of bombs yet again. Meet my brother. So we now know it is, I do believe, is that then the power bracelet spot where the fairy fountain is?
If it said desert, yes, it's by the fairy fountain.
All right, so it's in that location where one of the take any's is. So looks like Mags is power bracelet blocked at the fairy fountain. Bartman did find some bombs in the overworld, so back to level 9 he goes. Sharky will figure out where he's going to be going.
It's a shame that neither runner has the fluke, because Bartman knows where both bomb upgrades are, and he could always opt to pick the second one up for a huge chunk of bombs.
Yeah,
but since it's so far out of the way, I guess there's just no feasible way to do that and get back within a couple minutes.
Fluffy Mittens asks a funny question in chat. When's the 9-headed Gleeok? Talk to Fred about it, maybe? As Fred's always coming up with new and clever ways to make this randomizer better and trollier than ever.
I mean, what would be really troll is if you'd make it so that if 1 and 3 aren't required in this seed, that you just have bow and silvers in 9. That would really mess with people's heads.
That would be a problem in a way, because then you have a broken seed. I mean, you technically don't, because you can beat the seed, but if you were trying to full clear the seed, it's a broken seed.
Yep. A seed that you can't full clear but can complete, that would just absolutely, that would confuse the living daylights out of me.
I think it would confuse the living daylights out of everybody. Is Bartman still trying to find where that second item is here in level 9? And I believe we've still only found one hint. Look at the map. There's still a lot of rooms he has not discovered in this level 9. That is a pretty blank map if I've ever seen one.
And for someone that's been in there for what, close to 20 now?
Over 20 minutes now. I believe he was in there, what was it, 54 minutes or was it 57? But either way, it's over 20 minutes now.
And he's listening to the roar of Ganon. Maybe he has to go into Ganon's room, bomb right. Is that a possibility?
That could be a possibility. You never know. Bomb out of Ganon's room. I know I've seen these kind of seeds before where you got to go into Ganon's room and then bomb out of there to make more progression, as we have found the beast on Bartman's side. It's not time for Here's Ganon yet because he doesn't have the bow and silver arrows at this time. Can he bomb out? The answer is no. He is trapped. Sharky finding level 8, back to level 8, trying to get the Triforce. He has both items, so just needs to get the Tringle out of here and he'll be eligible to go into level 9. And what do you know? The four-headed Gleeok has this Triforce. Sharky is delighted to find it quick. He's now eligible to go into level 9. And folks, we've got ourselves a race.
Yep. The disadvantage is a little bit of knowledge of the map of 9 and no bow yet, but the advantage he has is he has white sword, so he'll clear combat a little bit quicker.
Yes, that's correct. He has the white sword. Plus, he has more health. He has 10 hearts as opposed to Bartman's 7.
And Bartman's almost out of bombs again, too.
No, Mr. Cab, you can't say Fred on that one because to say Fred in Triforce has to be in a Triforce room. Now, if it would have dropped a heart container, yeah, I definitely would have said Fred on that one. But that's just me, I guess. So now, here we are in level 9, coming up for Sharky in just a little bit. I've got to believe that's where he's heading at this point. Bartman is in level 9, still looking for that second item, and we have still only seen one old man so far. We've not seen the other two. Alrighty here. So Sharky, I wonder what he is thinking at this point. Looks like he might be heading for I guess he is heading for level 9, just considering the path. I mean, he doesn't have the recorder, so unfortunately there's no fast transportation to get to that level.
And once again, Bartman out of bombs. Man.
This is why level 9 is considered the great equalizer here, Fury, and it's one of the reasons. It's resource management. He's got the keys, he's got the cash. Unfortunately, the bomb situation has just really taken its toll on Bartman. Both of their runners did pick up a bomb upgrade. It was 86 rupees, and it only gave an extra 2 bombs. So 10 bombs maximum is what these runners can hold. Both of them have 1. Both bomb upgrades, incidentally, were in level 7. And speaking of bomb upgrades, considering the rupee count, look at the money they've got. They've got all this money. They don't know what to do with it. At any point, do you consider going back to level 7 for the second bomb upgrade, Fury?
I would certainly consider it on Bartman's side for sure.
Absolutely. So now Sharky's here in level 9, and he's going to make the same play that Bartman did. He's going to clip without even checking for the Stelphos about if that's Zelda's room. We know it's not. Yeah, that white sword is definitely going to come in handy for Sharky because it's going to make taking down these orange reserves easier. But again, they are on the beefy side. They normally go down in 2 white swords, but they're taking 3, coming up on the wrong side of the HP shuffle. And Marmon's just going around in circles and circles because this is one of those trolley level 9s. Now, I think he's now gonna consider this Patra, take him down. And he's got the red ring, so every time he gets hit, he's going to lose half a heart, but it's strong when you only have the wood sword. And that's another advantage Sharky's going to have. It's going to make Patra fights easier with that white sword. So far, Barman doing a relatively good job, and Sharky getting that same hit regarding Stelphos guarding the compass. We're down to just one eye, but Bartman needs to be careful. Got him. Just needs to take care of the rest of this Patra here without getting bopped a couple of times, and he'll finally have it dead. And once a Patra's gone, they are gone for good. So well played there for Bartman. He's going to get past this staircase. It's going to be a transport, but it could be the transport that helps him open up some more of this dungeon. He is now on the far northwestern region. He's already been here. All right, well, okay, at least it clears the Patra. He doesn't have to worry about it anymore. Neither player has silvers, and we believe, Mr. Cab, that the silver arrows are in level 3. Obviously, it's not a guarantee, but just based on what we have seen and based how this seed has been pieced together, where all the levels are, where the magical sword is and whatnot, we believe that level 3 has the silver arrows, and it's blocked either by the power bracelet or the recorder. This could be a chain reaction seed, folks, so stay tuned for that. Sharky finds Patra himself and trying to get this block. Oh, he's panicking. There he goes. He's got it.
Fortunately, Bartman again spending most of his bombs on that top left corner, which in vanilla skull shape of level 9 doesn't exist. He's got an entire. He's charting every bomb spot on his side, and he's got literally the entire line to the southwest cut off with bomb holes that didn't bomb.
Right now, Sharky could be making one heck of a comeback right here, considering everything that has happened in this so far. Bartman got into level 9 at 54 minutes, and Sharky was roughly half an hour behind him. This could be one of the biggest comebacks we've had in the tournament so far if Sharky's able to pull this off. Just the way this level 9 is shaping up to be for Bartman right now, having big time problems playing Find the Bomb Hole, not finding the staircases he needs. This has just been a brutal level 9 for him so far. I mean, to be sure, it's not like the level 9 we had the other night between the Alan Heffley and Narastra, but it is still a doozy of level 9. Can you imagine if these runners didn't have a ring? It'd be that level 9 all over again.
Yeah, this could still be a while. I mean, you just don't know where that bomb hole is going to be.
And Bartman going to sip his Pepsi. That is the last of his potion, getting all of his health back. So he's going to try to go through this door that he has not gone through yet without losing his health here. And now can't be firing arrows at the Wizrobes, although he might have been aiming for the keys. Wizrobes and Darknuts are impervious to arrows. For those of you who have never played Zelda before, you try to use the arrows on them, they're just going to deflect right off, so they'll do nothing. I totally agree, OPT. That's a race for the ages. That was on Speed Gaming 2 on Wednesday night into Thursday morning. It lasted over 3.5 hours. The winning time was 3 hours and 36 minutes. Record for the longest time it took for the winner to finish. So it was more than 7 hours of Zelda randomizer play between the two runners. It was a brutal level 9.
Here's a new staircase, though.
Yep, this is a new staircase, and there's the map. I mean, he knows about the shape, but it's always good to have the map, if in case you're not tracking the original shape. Is this it? Nope, that's a transport. Not going to take it at this time. He'll come back to it if he runs out of spots, though.
I think he's got to just check this room, and then he's checked all the spots up here, so expect him to go back now.
Correct. So he'll be in good shape at this point. Sharky is able to find a bomb hole to the right of that single block room, and he will now have to take on some easy gels here. Not a problem with his white sword. Yep, this is a new room. This could be right here, folks, the play that opens up this seed for Bartman's, because again, he's looking for old men, he's looking for items. It's gonna come down to this now. Here's a problem for Bartman. What if he finds the old man that says where the silvers are, and he doesn't look for the second item in level 9, he's in trouble if that's the case. Of course, if he's marked his map correctly, he's got to know he's got to put 1 and 1 together that he's blocked by a power bracelet.
Yeah, well, sort of. The only thing that's hurting him right now is he doesn't know that 8's second item is the white sword. So for all he knows...
True. He could gamble, and if he does gamble, it's going to hurt him. Big time. We'll see what happens. Now, this is not going to be our second item, because anytime there's a shutter door with a block room like this, you know it is not going to be a staircase. But he might be hoping for a drop of some sort. As he's taking down these Wizros, there's 1 left to go, and he does get a key, but he didn't need it. And of course, another clock after he full cleared the room. Go figure. Sharky got to be careful, and he's not, as the orange land mole is taken down. Back to the start he goes. That's right, OPT lawyer. Neither runner has the silvers. We believe that if they're in level 3. And look at this. Bartman does get the hint about the silvers to kill the beast. Lies elsewhere. And is he going to leave level 9? He is. And leaving the other item behind. This could cost Bartman here, folks.
Definitely going to cost him some time, but I wouldn't completely regret it in his shoes to leave level 9 right now, because he has level 8 half cleared already, so he would be thinking, wow, I need to go over there and get him real quick.
Yep, he thinks that the silver arrows might be in level 8. He is going to be incorrect, but he will get an attack upgrade if he does make that effort. So with that, we now have full confirmation of the item list in the seed almost 90 minutes in. Level 1, by process of hints, we've not even found level 1 yet, has the magical boomerang and the recorder. Level 2 has the heart container. By process of elimination, we know that the silver arrows are in level 3. Level 4 has the red candle. Level 5, the wooden boomerang. Level 6, the wand. Level 6 has the red key. Level 8, the white sword and the magical key. Level 9 has the bow and, by process of elimination, the power bracelet. Our most statue item is the ladder item on the coast is the raft, and the white sword item is the book.
And just to answer some of the questions that came through, we did actually see the second item in 9 just now. We just know by process of elimination what it is, and we saw the hint on Bartman's side that said, hey, they're not there. He's got 1 dungeon left that has an item that he can actually get to. As far as whether or not 3 is PB blocked or flute blocked, we do not know that answer yet. But we know it has to be one or the other because every other overworld spot has been checked by both runners at this point.
That is correct. Every spot has been full cleared in Hyrule, so it's just a guessing game at this point. Unfortunately, Bartman opening the door for Sharky to cut into his lead right here. And again, that white sword coming into play.
So worst case scenario here would be power bracelet blocks level 1 that you have to go dig anyways to get the flute to go to level 3, which is flute blocked. Hopefully that's not the case, but that could be what we see.
I actually don't think so, Budweimer, and for the reason is they have red ring. Bartman's gonna get his white sword. They're gonna be all right. It's just a matter. It's a chain reaction seed. It's not like the silver arrows were deep into level 9 that were guarded by blue wizrobes and dark nuts. It's just the fact that this happened to be a double dip level 9 situation that's turned into a chain reaction seed. Now, just think, if power bracelet is where level 1 is, and level 3 is recorder block, yeah, that's a chain reaction seed, you bet. As Sharky finds his bow.
Yeah, I think this seed is probably destined for the 2-hour mark at this point, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. And here's the potion prices. It's vanilla for the Pepsi, but a big time discount for the Coca-Cola. 51 rupees for the double portion. So Bartman will pick that up. It is a Coke day here at Zelda Randomizer here on Randomizer 4.
Yep, and he can go ahead and get 2 more red potions before he runs out of money. So
3.
There's not going to be much issue going forward as far as money's concerned, I would think.
Unless he is firing his arrows like crazy. And we've seen that happen in runners before. But yeah, plenty of money on both sides of the board. As now Bartman is back into level 8 again. We know it's not where the silver arrows are. But Bartman's not going to be terribly disappointed to find that white sword. But With that in mind, Bartman would then have to realize he has to go back to 9 to find the power bracelet.
Yeah, I dare say this is really even at this point until the moment where the second item is found 9. They're both neck and neck.
Yeah. Once either of these runners finds the power bracelet in level 9, that runner is going to take the lead. Level 6, yes, we have found level 6. Neither player got the item out of it, which ended up being the wand. As you can see, Sharky has the Triforce out of level 6. But level 1 and level 3 are blocked via means of the power bracelet and or the recorder. Well, one of them has to be power bracelet blocked. It's possible both of them are power bracelet blocked, and it's possible that one of them could be blocked by recorder lake.
Yep, because level 1 has the flute, it cannot be recorder lake, but level 3 certainly can still be.
Absolutely right. So it could be, but again, we still could have the possibility of 2 power bracelet block dungeons. We will know in due time. The odds are low on that because there's 2 power bracelet spots that we know are left in play. The one near vanilla level 6, and then the one at start. By start, I mean the start of this particular seed, not vanilla start.
Yep, one of the vanilla warp zones is actually a warp zone in this. And additionally, we know that the magical sword is actually by the fairy fountain in the desert.
Right you are. As Bartman finds his second item level 8, he'll get the white sword to double his attack power. Now, he's got to realize he has to go back into level 9. He's got to put 1 and 1 together and realize that the only way he can make progression in the seed is to get that power bracelet out of level 9. Let's see if he goes there.
There's no other choice. He's got to go there. He's got everything else mapped out.
He's not heading for that direction. Unless he's just taking a different route. There's a good screen scroll there for Bartman to get into the graveyard here as Sharky's going to take down these Wizrobes. He was hoping for a bomb drop, but he ended up getting nothing. Now Sharky's in the same predicament that Bartman was in earlier, is now that he has no more bombs left in 9.
I wonder if Bartman's just taking the long way to 9 or if he's questioning the double heart too.
It's hard to say at this point because he is in level 2's vicinity.
Well, he just jetted past it, so it looks like just the long way.
Yeah, just taking the long way at this point. What's he doing? Well, Sharky's going to take his... no, he's not going to take his turns against these Pole's voices. Instead, he's back to that Stealthos guarding the compass and thought about stabbing the old man for a moment. I probably would have. I've seen that hint 10 times already.
If I'm Bartman, I'm just checking to see if there's a dot down already, because this is getting silly.
Yeah, both these runners are going to be wondering, why haven't I seen a dot done yet? Is it really this troll I've seen? And the answer to that question, yes it is. It's a chain reaction seed. The question is, how much of a chain reaction is it? Is it just power bracelet to get to the silver arrows, or is it power bracelet to get to 1 to get to Recorder Lake that has the silver arrows? How big of a chain reaction seed is this really? And unfortunately, Patrick Wayne just told Sharky, you lose! Back to the start he goes.
I'm guessing he does not have a potion, which is a little bit interesting given his money situation.
I think he might have spent both of his potions, because I remember that he got a potion. Maybe he didn't get a potion. Maybe that was Bartman that got the potion and then bought another one. So maybe Sharky never did buy a potion. So that, because I know both of them have letters. But yeah, I'm a little surprised Sharky didn't go out of his way to fill up on a potion. I bet he does once he gets out of level 9 after he finds that second item.
Yeah, Bartman has to know the general direction to go, though, in level 9 to get to the southwest. And I would think that's probably got the best chance at finding the second item out of here.
Yeah, that's for sure. Bartman going to take down this Patra, and Sharky getting real fed up with that old man. He's been tempted to stab that old man a few times already. Tell you what, though, I was going to say that was a really good Patra fight, but he kind of got a little bit cocky at the end, but still a very solid Patra fight. So down he goes on Bartman's side, and gets a fairy, though, so he's going to get that beam sword back.
Oh, it's going to be useful in this room for sure.
No question about it. That arrow is going to take down the Keese and the Pole's voice there, but the Wizrobes, he's on his own. And of course, we got Bubbles to deal with. Nobody likes Bubbles in a Wizrobe room. They say it all the time in the Vanilla Quest. So far, so good. This has been a really good room here for Bartman. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What an immaculate room that was. He still has his beam sword. Props to Bartman.
Yep, he's certainly making better use of his 7-heart situation than Sharky is, because Sharky doesn't have the potion to fall back on, and he doesn't have beam swords either.
Oh, no doubt about it right now. And that right there, could give him a chance. And here's a reverse sieve room that we haven't seen yet, I don't think. No, but that's a key drop, so that's not going to be where the push block is. Bartman wants nothing to do with those orange Wizrobes. He's just looking for a staircase. This potentially could be it. He's got a few Pole's voices he can take down, but that's a drop, so that also will not be a staircase. Boy, oh boy, this level 9 is something else here, Fury. Well, here's another staircase. Gonna take down these keys with the arrows here. Let's see if Bartman finds the item. Is it there? No!
Yep, may have to keep track of this staircase just in case you have to go over to the east side of the dungeon.
Right you are, and here's another chance, but that one doesn't push either, so Bartman finding a lot of red herrings here in this part of level 9 here, so he's going to have to keep on looking.
I was secretly hoping that push block below the diamond staircase would let him go straight back to that diamond staircase.
Yep, and we find a key. I thought for a moment that was going to be an old man here, because there's one old man left that we have not discovered yet. Of course, it's not going to be one that's going to help him, because it's either going to tell him where Ganon is or where Zelda is, and at this point, I believe both of our runners know where they are. They just got to think. They just got to look for. Again, they're looking for the power bracelet line now, and maybe this is it. Another easy room here. We've got Gel's going to take him down with these wooden arrows. He's got plenty of cash to do so. Let's find out. Is our power bracelet here? Yes, it is. Bartman has the lead again as he finds the power bracelet out of level 9. So that's going to open up levels 1 and 3 for him right now. He's got the lead.
Yep, it's in the southwest of Skull, and it's in the vicinity of where Sharky's going to be going, so we could be down to maybe a 2-minute lead, depending on how fast he gets there.
As long as he doesn't take a death here, we could have ourselves a ball game here, because yes, Sharky is on the right track. So if he just keeps on exploring, there's level 1 at a power bracelet spot. And folks, we very well could have our chain reaction seed where Recorder is required to get to level 3. That's going to have our silver arrows. Of course, there's still one other power bracelet spot left, so we'll see if level 3 is there as well. There's the magical boomerang for Bartman, which he's not going to pick up 101 minutes in. I don't blame him at this point. It's good to find early, but that late in the seed, nah, I ain't touching it. Sorry, Fury.
But what do? Do you actually dig the flute out, or do you check the last power bracelet spot to get to level 3?
You're not taking any
What's the
chances.
answer?
You're not taking any chances, Fury. You're going to dig out this Recorder. You're going to get this Recorder. He knows it is now the staircase item. He just needs to find the staircase, and he'll be able to check Recorder Lake. Now, what is he going to check after he's done with this? It's anybody's guess. We'll see. They're not terribly far away from each other, so I mean, whatever play he makes, I don't think it's going to be terrible one way or the other. If it was me, I'd check Recorder Lake.
Sharky's looking at that Lamo room, and he's only got 1 half-heart left.
Oh, he's in it, and he doesn't have the red candle either. Remember, he passed up the red candle level 4, so he's in big trouble here. He's going to make a breakaway, and he's in there. And he finds the staircase that's got keys. Now, he still has to be careful. He's down to half a heart, so he can't take many bops from these keys. because they'll do 1/8 of a heart of damage, and I don't know where he's at. I mean, you don't want to find out. You want to get these keys. Just take them out. He's panicking. Okay, he got through that keys without taking any more damage. So Bartman looking for the staircase that's going to have his recorder, but he's going to have to take out these gels first. Boy, a death here in this part of level 9 would be fatal on Sharky. He has got to find a way to make sure he gets... No! The keys got him! He was at his last 1/8 of a heart! Oh, that's brutal!
To answer another question, chat, we actually have the grave push block spot still open, so we 3 can be there. Otherwise, you would be correct. Recorder spot is the last.
Oh, that could be the nail in the coffin for Sharky potentially right there, because that's going to set him back several minutes. That's a tough death for Sharky to take there. As Bartman does find his recorder out of level 1 behind that diamond staircase, so now let's see where he decides to go. He's got everything he needs, and he's going to go ahead and make the up and A right there. So next up, level 3 for Bartman. Let's see if it's at the final push block where the power bracelet is, or if it's behind Recorder Lake. Let's see where he's going to go now.
If it was me, I would have taken the warp of the forest to the grave and checked the PB spot.
Well, he's going to check that. Little does he know. Because I believe it's Sharky that knows about the magical sword location, not Bartman.
Yep, and he can't grab it because he doesn't have quite enough hearts to pull that off. He'd need between 10 and 14.
No, he's going to be well short. Well, he's done a good job taking care of those Lionels, and he's going to go ahead and fill up on that fairy fountain. I'm a little surprised he didn't fill up first, just in case he had a hard time with those Lionels. But Bartman still pulled it off, so he's going to check this spot. He's going to be disappointed to discover it's the magical sword, and he is nowhere near where he needs to be to have a chance to pick it up. It's anywhere between 10 and 14 hearts, and accidentally goes back in there. Whoops. But, so Bartman's now down to 1 power bracelet spot, so either that spot has level 3, or it's behind Recorder Lake. And level 3 has those silver arrows.
Yeah, that death on Sharky's side was really unfortunate because now he's just all sorts of
Now he's lost.
in the wrong spot.
Yep. That death unfortunately sent him to the wrong direction. That's why I mentioned that if he took a death there, I just had a hunch that was going to happen, and that's tough because Sharky was on his way. This could have been easily, a 3-minute race. It's probably now closer to a 20-minute race. Bartman, I mean, unless... Well, Recorder Lake does not have level 3, so it's the other power bracelet spot. So it is next to Vanilla level 6 power bracelet spot.
So the one chance Sharky has to make up a little bit of time is getting back over to the power bracelet, ignoring level 1 entirely, going to level 3.
That's his only chance at this point. If he gambles on the Death Mountain power bracelet push block spot, where Vanilla level 6 is, he can gain some time back, but time is running out for Sharky. Bartman is on the trail right now. He's going to get these silver arrows rather fast in this level 3. Yep, Sharky now knows the silver arrows are not in level 9 either. He already has figured out the rest of the seed. He's got to know that he needs to get the item out of level 9 and he knows it's the power bracelet. As Bartman's in level 3 right now, he's just looking for the silver arrows, get out of here, go back to level 9, take down the beast, and rescue Princess Zelda. Oh yeah, that's right. It was Tuesday night, not Wednesday night. That's right. Tuesday night into Wednesday morning was when that race was. I remember now. That's right. That's right. Not the friendliest of enemies to get into level 3 here. We're talking blue dark nuts here. Do a half a heart of damage. So thank God these guys have the red ring. Ooh, a nice fairy drop from a blue dark nut there. A very timely one at that. They typically not drop hearts when you absolutely need them, but Bartman getting lucky there. So right now he's just looking for the staircase. It's gonna have his item. It's gonna have the silver arrows. It's gonna put him in go mode, and it's gonna put him in the driver's seat to get to 1 and 2 and keep his hopes alive of getting to the bracket stages.
Yeah, we got a pretty good likelihood of a right-hand staircase being in its traditional dungeon, given that we haven't had a whole bunch of them to this point.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Fury, but we will see.
Do we have a super room? Yes, we do.
Yep, right you are. Yep, the good old corridor staircase. Bartman has found his silver arrows. He's in go mode. He'll be going back into level 9, and I think sub 2 is still in Bartman's future here, as long as he doesn't get combated to death here. So Bartman in the good position here. He's in the catbird seat. He is looking likely to go 1 and 2 in the tournament. Looks like Sharky is back to where he had been before he took that unfortunate death to the Keist there, as he was making his way towards the path of the power bracelet here. Now he's got these blue Wizros to tangle with, and they are just swarming at the doorway. That is not pleasant at all. He's going to put the bombs to work right now and take care of some of these, because he's only got 2.5, make that 3.5 hearts, and unfortunately he completely whiffed on his final bomb. He just missed the edge of them, but still has a good chance to take them down before he takes that death. Come on, you can do this, Sharky. Bartman, though, is back into level 9, and he just needs to find the room where Ganon is, get back to where that shutter door was, and he's going to be a winner in this race, and he will crack the 2-hour mark. Nice fight there for Sharky, and that is a push block. So we'll see where it takes him.
To the diamond staircase in that corner, too?
That could be.
Well, unfortunately, he used his last bomb in that blue Wizro room, and guess what he needs to actually get over to where the power bracelet is?
A bomb, of course.
Yep, needs to bomb in the dark room in this area that he's in, kind of, so he is close to it. He just needs to find a bomb.
Yep, and again, resource management here, Fury. So it's one of those things that have determined a lot of races. It was looking like for a moment that it was going to really trip up Bartman here, but in the end, it's the potion situation. That hard to believe. I'm dead serious. I've said a lot of different things that have determined races. I think this is the first time I'm going to say on record that I think a potion would have come in handy for Sharky.
So is there some sort of enemy in this area that he can kill? Meanwhile,
here's Ganon. We are looking for 8 hits with the white sword, maybe 7 if it's on the low end. Looking for the stun lock here. 2. Barman's got to be thrilled this is not a moat room. 3. He's going to go side to side. 4, but he keeps teleporting the wrong way. 5. Well, he had a chance there, but he missed. 6. Got the stun lock. It's a low HP Ganon. Down goes the pig. We've got Bacon. He's got the Triforce of power, so all Bartman needs to do is backtrack to that shutter door that's going to automatically open for him, and Bartman's hopes of getting into the brackets will remain alive for him. And it looks like the writing is on the wall for this particular match here, as Bartman is zeroing in on Zelda's room. Just needs to get past these Wizropes here. He's going to get his potion ready just in case, not taking any chances. Going to sip on the Coke to refill all of his health. Doesn't want to risk getting sniped here. Who can blame him? just a couple of rooms away to get to Zelda's room here and lock up this match. There's the shutter door that automatically opens, and ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs out for Bartman. He has won the race. He goes to 1-2, and he still has a shot at making the brackets, folks. Well played, Bartman. And Fury, what do we have for the official SRL time for Bartman?
It's like 152.41.
Very good time. This was a tough seed, a chain reaction seed. You had to double dip it to 9, needed the power bracelet to get the silver arrows out of level 3, which was near the power bracelet spot. It was at level 6. So one of those seeds where it was a double dip level 9, and in Bartman's case, it was more like a decuple dip level 9 because they had to keep getting bombs out of that overworld spot. So Sharky going to try to complete the seed here, but again, he's got no bombs. And as Fury mentioned, to get to that power bracelet, you have to have a bomb in one room here in order to claim it. So Fury in a tough spot, or Sharky in a tough spot right here, Fury.
Yeah, there's just nowhere he can really get bombs outside that red Wizro room that he fought just a couple seconds ago, and that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yep, that is the way it goes. That's why level 9 is the great equalizer. But I'm telling you, that it goes back to that death he took on that staircase. If he doesn't take that death, he gets filtered into the room because at that time I believe he still had bombs. He gets filtered into that room that would have given him the power bracelet. And if he would have guessed correctly on the vanilla spot of level 6 where that level 3 is, he might have come out on top. But chances are he probably would have went back to start because I mean it's right there. It's right there. He probably would have went back to the one at start. But that death right there sealed it, unfortunately.
Hey, he got a bomb drop though, so
He did get a bomb drop from those Wizros, but he's looking for more. No, changed his mind.
yep, you want to go back and check that set of walls on the left side before you run out of health. So don't blame him for leaving.
No, I don't blame him for leaving at all. And with that, we do have Bartman in the commentator's booth. GG, boy, what a seed this was. Double dip required to go into level 9, but as I had mentioned, for you, it was more like a decuple dip because you had to keep going outside to get some bomb drops there. Go over the seed with us, Bartman.
Oh, I've basically forgotten the first half of it now.
Yeah, right?
Let's see. Well, ladder was the Armos item, and I found the sword pretty early. And then I started finding dungeons pretty early. I have no idea why I decided to dig 7, but that was the red ring. So that was fantastic. But it took a full clear of the overworld, and yeah, when I left 9, when I saw the silvers light elsewhere, I immediately thought, man, I should have stayed and gotten what the other item was anyways, because I still had the whistle, the white sword, and the power bracelet, and most of the spots I had left were power bracelet blocked. So I should have stayed in 9.
Well, I mean, it turned out. I mean, the white sword obviously helped you with your combat the rest of the way. So I mean, it wasn't a total loss. But yeah, I mean, hindsight, you should have stayed in level 9. But this is what ended up helping you out. Sharky practically caught up to you. I mean, he was probably at a time. There was a time when you picked up the power bracelet in level 9. He was probably within 2 minutes of you. Unfortunately, on his way towards getting the power bracelet, he took a death on the staircase, and it filtered him going into the wrong direction. That ended up costing him the race. It gave you enough of a buffer to clear level 1, clear level 3, and finish off the rest of level 9. Because if he doesn't take that death, we have a ball game. It could have been anybody's race at that point.
And then I couldn't find any other way to crack 9 open other than through that Wizrobe room that had the north door locked until you killed all the enemies for what I had marked as the 4th stairway. Every single wall was bomb blocked. I couldn't get 9 cracked open.
Yeah, it was tough. It was one of those crazy level 9s where you have to play the Hyrule game show of find the bomb hole, and it was a dicey situation for you because you were in level 9 at what 54 minutes in, so it took almost an hour for you to complete the seed after going into level 9, and sometimes it just works out that way. I mean, you saw the race on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning that took 3.5 hours, so level 9 is called the great equalizer for a reason.
And I was reluctant to go into 9 in the first place because part of me just didn't believe that both Bow and Silvers would be there. So that's when I kept digging Death Mountain and found 4 and was kind of worried about where the Silvers were because I know that 2 important items could be a 9, but I didn't believe that chances were that would happen.
It almost did happen because we were down to 3 items in our tracker: the bow, the power bracelet, and the silver arrows. But we kind of had it deduced that the power bracelet was a 9 because all the other spots in Hyrule were checked. So by process of elimination, we knew the power bracelet had to be a 9 because the silver arrows had to be power bracelet or recorder blocked. But Recorder Lake didn't have level 3 as we were hoping it would, but it was a double power bracelet situation.
And then once I hit Recorder Lake, I was almost convinced I mismarked something on my map, and then I realized I had the power bracelet in the graveyard left. So that kind of saved me from a momentary brain fart.
Indeed, that could have turned the race around again. We've seen that happen for runners before. They accidentally mismark something on their map, and it ends up costing them the race. We have seen that happen before. Good thing it did not happen to you, Bartman. And I got to ask you this one question, Bartman. How thrilled were you that you didn't have to find Ganon at a moat room this time?
I was thrilled. In fact, the seed that I tested out this morning as a test and just some more practice, he was in the moat room again. And then I've been watching Jam and some other races the people have had Ganon in the moat room, and they did a little bit of different tactic than I had tried before. So they would stay in the middle of the moat instead of in the edges. So I felt like I was going to be a little bit more prepared for him to do that this time than I felt like I was the first time.
It's a great strat because, and I've seen it already happen a couple of times. And yes, the cantaloupe match was another example of that. You go in between the moat, the fireballs end up missing you, and you can get a stun lock that way without taking damage. It's a great strategy, but if you don't have that ladder, good luck.
Yeah, and the practice seed that I had, you didn't need the ladder until Zelda. She was in a
One of those, huh?
she was in a right blocked ladder room. So the seed that I played this morning was trolly enough that I was expecting something to be a little trolly, but a full clear overworld and dipping through every dungeon except for I think 6 is the only one I didn't go very far in, and then 5 I think was a 2-room Triforce.
Yeah, absolutely. Sharky's in level 3 right now. He had found both items in level 1. So, tell you what, Barman, you were burning things left and right. I was having a good time. You burned down the wooden boomerang, so we ended up calling it Lord Plantain for that reason. So that was nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of one of those runners that I'll take a boomerang, I'll take a red candle. I like stunning enemies. I like having the multi-hit weapon, especially when you're in a bubble room. Minus Wizroms or Dark Nuts, but it still gives you something to combat repeatedly. So I'll always take those.
Oh, that's right. It was Sharky that was burning things. That's right. Dark Shadows is correct. My mistake. But it's always fun when players burn boomerangs or burn the book or burn rings or burn everything. That's right. It was Sharky's side. That's right. Because he was the one that purchased the blue ring before he found the red ring like 5 minutes later. Because he saw level 7, but noped out of it early on. But you persevered into level 7, paid off for you, and it saved you the money. Of course, he's back to 255 again. Money was never an issue in this seed. It was a big money seed, to say the least.
Yeah, I saw that you were commentating this one, so I was a little worried it was going to be another poverty seed.
Right. Well, if it gives you any comfort, the last couple of races I've called now have been back to the law's approved way. So I'm happy to see that the law of averages has straightened itself out.
And the 6 heart book.
Yeah.
I tried at 4, I tried at 5, and then when I got the 6 heart, I knew I finally had it. And I also left Death Mountain to go get the book and get the hints, and I wasn't sure if that was a smart play or not, but I felt like I wanted to narrow down what dungeons I should be diving.
Right. Now, Sharky, unfortunately, I think you had kind of the same thing where you had up and A a couple of times in level 3 because you kind of had to pretty much pick the right path to go in that level 9 or to go into level 3 to find that silver arrows because it's behind that corridor staircase like it typically is in level 3.
Yeah, and I saw that the Triforce was in that room because I had grabbed the compass, and so I know sometimes people are reluctant to go towards the Triforce, but I knew that 3 was a stage where if the stairs and ladders showed up in there, that the drop could be in the same as the stair room. So I thought, what the heck, and went straight for it, and then there was a staircase.
So that's where our bait block was. Sharky has stumbled upon the bait block. It turns out it was a useless bait block because you could approach it from the north. So Sharky up and A going to try a different path. He'll find it. So congratulations, Bartman, on your victory. You go to 1 and 2 in the tournament. That keeps your hopes of making to the bracket stages alive. There's going to be a few runners in that 1 and 2 bracket, though. They're going to be pretty scary. So go over your thoughts about what you might be expecting for your next match.
I've been tracking the people that I would play thus far, but the 1 and 2 bracket I don't know very much. But I'm pretty sure Cantaloupe won his race yesterday.
Yes,
Uh,
Cantaloupe's
so
in there. Fry Teeth is in there.
so I know there's going to be some good competition that isn't going to just be any kind of easy win or anything like that. So
Oh, and that's right. If I remember correctly, is Sharky has found the silver arrows out of level 3. I believe Crimson Avix is also in that 1 and 2 because he started 0 and 2, picked up his first win against Dr. J yesterday. He was 4 minutes away from being eliminated from the tournament. That's hard to believe. So that's another one that's in the 1 and 2 as well. So we have some dangerous fighters in that 1 and 2 bracket. So this could get interesting in week 4.
But this is my first tournament, and this is actually my first set of races I've ever done on SRL. So 1 win in the tournament is enough for me. I don't think I ever really realistically expected to make it to the bracket round, but just wanted to put up a good fight and hope I could win one.
He certainly did. And I tell you what, you had a pretty big lead going in that level 9. Sharky tried to catch up to you, but that one death he took, it ended up being it really did end up being his undoing because he could have made it a race, but that is the way Zelda Randomizer goes sometimes. But again, congratulations to you, Bartman. Fear, do you have any other questions for Bartman?
Can I roll his next seed too?
Sure. I mean, it was fun. I don't mind the combination seeds, and I was really wondering if 3 was going to be whistle block that was under 1 that was under power bracelet. So I was wondering how much of a chain reaction it was really going to be.
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be full blown, but not to be. The power bracelet was double required. You needed it in 2 spots, and that's just the way it works out sometimes. But in the end, you persevered. You're the winner. 1 and 2. Hey, you never know what could happen here in these Zelda randomizers. Get another good seed, good combat. You never know. Things fall together in place for you. You just might have a shot at still making to the bracket. So, hey, wish you the best of luck in week 4.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So Sharky trying to get past this Patra, but Patra saying no, no, no to Sharky trying to get past him. Now he's just looking for Ganon's room here. And he can go ahead and finish the seed here. He knows where Zelda is. Going to try to bomb to the east here, but he can't do it. That was his last bomb.
It's not going to be a big impact, though. It's a doorway up top.
Right. So he thought he could find another way to get to Ganon's room. But as you saw on, I think it was Bartman's screen, there was no way to bomb your way out of there. You had to either defeat Ganon or up an A. And ladies and gentlemen, one more time, here's Ganon. And we're looking for 7 hits. He was on the low side of the HP shuffle here. Very nice and easy room here. We got 1. Nope, that was a right teleport there for Sharky. 2, 3. Oh, lost the stun lock. And here we go again with 4. Down to half a heart, and he's got no potion. Oh, and he's fireball to the face. Down he goes, and Sharky will have to try it again. And that's another thing that hurt Sharky. He never bought a potion, even though he had found the letter. He didn't take a potion out of a Take Any cave, so Sharky's going to back out of level 9. I would imagine he's either going to buy a potion or refill on his health, or both.
I am not sure which one he's going to choose. I would think he can pull it off with a health refill.
Oh, no question about it. He'll be fine if he just refills all of his health. I wouldn't think he would need a potion at this case. So I would imagine he's going to go to the fairy fountain right here. Yep, that's exactly where he's heading. And then he could recorder his way. Well, really isn't a fast recorder spot to get into level 9, so he just might walk. And he's going to be delighted to discover that the potion prices are pretty darn nice. 51 for the Coca-Cola. So what I think he's going to do, yeah, I know what he's going to do here. He's going to take the sip of his... No? And I saw a runner do that, and I was wondering why he did it, and I thought it was the best strat ever. What he did once, there was a runner that bought a Coke, took a sip out of it, went back and bought another Pepsi because it was a big money seed. I thought it was one of the best strategies ever. And Sharky, unfortunately, cannot pick up the magical sword. 11 hearts is not enough. So it's either 12, 13, or 14.
Yep, going to up an A so that his health keeps refilling. If it doesn't reach the end of your heart containers before you up an A and continue, it'll just keep refilling in when you start up again.
That's a great strategy because if Sharky were, let's say he were to retry, that would happen again. His health would refill again. Now, one thing I learned, Fury, and this is because Adirondack Rick was doing a second quest run the other day when Zelda celebrated its 31st birthday in the United States recently. He was doing second quest. If you get hit by a bubble and refill your health at a fairy fountain, if you up an A and the hearts refill like the trick that Sharky just pulled off, you still cannot use your sword until your health is maximum.
So I guess it cues in as you're finishing off your health.
Correct. Yes. So when the health is filling up, if you were hit by a red bubble prior to going to the fairy fountain, you still cannot use your sword until after your health is in full. Because obviously when you go to a fairy fountain in the normal game, you can't move until all of your health is recovered anyway. So it's a little good thing to know in case runners might try to do that where we have second quest flags activated. That's not going to be the case in these Swiss flags, of course.
Yeah, I wonder if he had saved if it would have done the same thing. I'm pretty sure save is just the same as a fairy fountain, so that probably would have given him back, but good to know that continue won't work.
Yeah. So Sharky going to make his way back into the Ganon fight. He's going to take a second crack at the beast here, and I would imagine this time he will get the job done.
Yep, he could choose to try and pick up Ganon in the middle of the room. It's a little bit easier because he takes a little while to get going, so he'll fire that fireball at you and start moving. If you pick him up there, then you have a 50-50 shot to kind of guess which corner he's going to go to, and you get your free first hit in. We'll see if he's in the middle again.
All right, here we go. We're going to try it again. Ganon versus Sharky, round 2. Fight!
Yep, he could pull it off in this room if he wanted, but he's not going to.
Nope, he's going to do it. He's going to do the safe route, but so far Ganon being Ganon at this point. Well, now he has a chance. Well, there's one. Ooh, but a right teleport, so nothing doing there for Sharky. Trying to get that stun lock, and boy, this is a tough Ganon here. Ganon not taking no for an answer here. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down goes the beast again. It was a low HP Ganon. Sharky gets the Triforce of power. Just needs to backtrack to that shutter door room that automatically opens, and Sharky will end up finishing this seed. So in the end, Sharky gained a little bit of time on Bartman as opposed to level 9 to finish, but in the end, just not going to be enough here.
He must know a shortcut.
Yeah, he must. He's taking that staircase here. Yeah, looks like he might have found a shortcut. Just needs to go a couple more rooms here. Rescue Princess Zelda, and that will do it for Sharky. Unfortunately, it is going to mean that Sharky will not be making it to the bracket stages for this tournament. But get your GGs out for Sharky. He will complete this race, and it was a respectable comeback for him, but just not enough today. And Fury, what do we have for an official SRL time for Sharky?
2 hours, 12 minutes, 27 seconds.
All right. So in the end, about a 20-minute race between the two. So again, he cut a little bit into Bartman's lead entering level 9. But again, in the end, I mean, a potion might have helped Sharky out in that seed. But yeah, that death he took in that staircase to the keys as he was making his way to the power bracelet, that ended up being it. But still, give it up for both of our runners today. They put up a really, really good race in a very difficult seed. So, Bartman going to 1 and 2. Sharky, unfortunately, going to 0 and 3. We'll see if we can have an interview with him in just a moment. We can talk over the seed here. Some other races coming up for you later tonight. And we do have Sharky here in the commentator's booth with us. GG, my friend. Boy, this seed was something else, huh?
Yeah, it was. When I went to level 9, I just had that feeling where I had to go to level 1 for level 3, but level 3, obviously, behind a power bracelet block, so... But I felt I didn't waste too much time going to level 1, getting that recorder, since it made fast track to get to level 3 from level 2.
Yeah, I mean, for a moment we thought level 3 was going to be behind Recorder Lake. It turns out it wasn't. It was behind that power bracelet spot at the grave. But how frustrated was it when you took that death to the keys in level 9 and then only to discover if you just would have made it past a couple more screens, you would have found that power bracelet much sooner?
I was like, well, that happened. Like, I didn't expect to get hit by keys, but that keys kind of got me.
Yep, and unfortunately, it ended up being your last eighth of a heart because you did have the red ring. Both runners had the red ring in this race that you both found in level 7. But potion maybe would have come in handy for you. But yeah, it was a tough death that you took because it ended up routing you the wrong way for a while. And then, because when you got to that spot where you took that death, you had actually caught up to Bartman there. You were probably within 2 to 3 minutes of Bartman. You still had a shot at winning that race, but when you took that death, unfortunately, the writing was on the wall at that point.
Yeah. At least I'm glad I did finish it, so...
Yeah, it was a tough seed for both of you. I mean, combat early on was pretty tough, but both of you ended up finding the red ring. In your case, unfortunately, you did have to spend money to get the blue ring, and then 5 minutes later, oh, you spent 250 rupees. Hey, have a red ring on us. Bartman got lucky. He found level 7 early. He went for it, and he ended up getting rewarded, but that's the nature of the randomizer.
Yeah. I'm glad I did find level 8 early in a hard, place to find stuff. But I'm kind of glad I dig 8, which I believe I gave me, what was it?
White sword and the
White sword, yeah. So good combat-wise. That did help a lot.
And almost...
Mags was not in play.
Yeah, Mags, you went for it at 11 hearts. Unfortunately, it was 12, 13, or 14. White sword, red ring. I mean, it's thankfully for you guys, you had the red ring on the white sword. It wasn't going to be another Tuesday, Wednesday night thriller where we had a 3.5-hour race. But
2 hours is long enough.
Yeah, 2 hours is long enough indeed. But yeah, that's what happens when you get one of those that is combat heavy early on, and then you had to double dip into level 9. Both of you had trouble with bombs because, unfortunately, the bomb upgrade ended up being only 2 extra bombs, and level 9, being the great equalizer as it is, was another one of those games of find the bomb hole, and both of you had a lot of problems with that.
Yeah, both bomb upgrades were in the same dungeon. I remember that.
Yep, you both found both of the upgrades, but at the time, both of you could only afford one of those bomb upgrades at the time, so... Bartman, I gotta ask you a question in regards to the bomb upgrade situation. Did you ever consider at a point to bail out of level 9 to go to level 7 and pick up that second bomb upgrade, considering the money you had?
I couldn't remember what level it was in, but yes.
Okay. So, yeah, because I know we had talked about it, Fury, during the commentary that it might have been a play that both runners could consider, considering the bomb situation. I mean, bomb troubles wasn't nearly as bad for Sharky as it was for Bartman, but then Sharky did run across a situation late where he needed another bomb to finish off level 9, and so that kind of hurt him a little bit more there too. But it was a good race between you two. Bartman, again, congratulations, you go to a 1 and 2. Sharky, unfortunately, that means you go to 0 and 3, but you can still play spoiler in a couple of these races coming up. Fury, do you have any questions for either one of these two runners today?
Nope, I think we got it covered.
All right, well, Bartman and Sharky, thank you very much for the interview. A GG to the both of you today, and we wish you the best of luck in your next week's race.
Thanks, GG Sharky, and thanks for the restream and tracking and commentary.
All right, I think that's going to about do it for us here at Randomania 4. We do have one race coming up later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. It is to be determined, but we do believe it's going to be held on one of the Speed Gaming channels. We have Chrono JJ versus Dragon Dark. I believe that is a 1-on-1 showdown. Aerodynex and OPT Lawyer will be on the call for that race. So if you enjoyed the Zelda Randomizer, we have another race lined up for you tonight. There's also a race tomorrow night at 10:01 Eastern. That's right, 10:01 Eastern between Lana Gab and Your Majesty. There is no restream at this point, so please make sure you are checking the Google script to find out where that race is going to be. So that is going to do it for us today. On behalf of Fury SK, my commentator partner and tracker, on behalf of our restreamer here at Randomania 4, this is LZ Cards Fan 23 signing off. Have yourselves a great day, and we will see you again next time. Make sure you give Sharky2107 and Bartman V1 a follow, as they did a really good job today. So long, everybody.